Stream. Today we are entering the year 2400 and we have a galaxy to conquer. And so once again, I'm putting together another scheme. This time we left the stream off last week, joining a federation, and now we're going to dive into how we can sway this in our favor. And so guys, before we start here, we're going to take a quick look at our recap of what's been happening so far in this game. We're going to jump over to my Twitter channel here. And before each of these streams, I like to add a little flair to my playthroughs, maybe give a little bit of background information about what's going on in my games here, and just kind of make them like really quick recaps. And so we're going to take a quick peek at these before we get started. And here we have Stellaris, Galactic Paragons. This was when Galactic Paragons first came out. This was our first post for this. And we're going to dive through this and so that you guys can catch up and see some of the stuff. There will be chapters that you can skip to in this video if you're watching on YouTube. And so if you want to get straight to the gameplay, you're more than welcome to jump there. And so first things first, we had the Battle Cats. After the first episode, the Battle Cats have declared war against the Commonwealth of Yang, and a galactic showdown had begun. Now, they ended up conquering us. They did. But over time, we managed to bounce back. It says here that our forces initially fell under subjugation to the Battle Cats, but they failed to anticipate the strength of our empire, though through liberation, we emerged victorious and went on to conquer the Battle Cats. We must ensure no other empire will conquer us again. And so while we have maintained that promise, that oath, that no other species will conquer the Commonwealth of Yang, we are still upholding that now. And so the Commonwealth, which, by the way, guys, this is the thumbnail that's been for most of my runs. The Commonwealth enters a new era of independence, and humanity's shackles are broken. How far will I go to protect this newfound freedom? And so I've tried defeating the Battle Cats again. We had a status quo, so it kind of went up and down a little bit. Next up, it says that this was when one of my leaders died, and so the remnants of the sense of superiority still persist, despite their federation being embroiled in a war. That's my empire that we're talking about. And the Commonwealth, no doubt that they have the strength of their alliance. The warmongering ruler is ready to test the might of mankind. And so our original ruler, he had this really, I'm not gonna say really, but just a negative trait. He had a warmonger trait, which added some negative modifiers to him. RIP though, Mr. Theodore is long gone here. We have a new ruler now, but it says here, yes. Oh, speaking of ruler dying, my ruler is dead, or so we thought. And so there's a chance that we can keep him alive, which we tried doing before, but that ended up costing me so many resources that I could not sustain keeping my ruler alive just to wreck my economy. And so on the other hand, I have a legendary scientist, Mr. Kiedes, up here in the top right corner of this image, who is alive and still well right now. He's in his late 150s, I believe, but through him we had a excavation site that helped us unlock this key. It is a relic which we no longer acquire because I want to say some sort of an entity, I don't know if it was the Scorn or the Thorn Scourge, but I believe they took that from us. I don't know what the consequence would have been. And so the leader of the Commonwealth lies on his deathbed with his final breaths, and this is pretty much when my leader from the one rule origin, under one rule, he died. And so I had to let him go. We took him off the machine and he was out. And so after that, we have found some new faces in the galaxy over time. I had found a Paragon who I believe is also dead right now. She died of old age. Radio Wave, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. We're just checking up on this run before we start. Just doing a quick little recap here of everything that's happened in our Galactic Paragons game. And we're just checking through the Twitter page to show everyone what I usually post before my stream so that you can catch up. Or after the stream, I like to leave updates as well. And so here were some of our new rulers. I could not remember her name, but we'll look at it here in a moment. But her with Kiedes and another Paragon, a renowned Paragon, who's also died as well. I've lost a lot of characters, but we've gained some new ones. They've taken their place. And so back on the 15th, that was about 4 days ago from today, the Commonwealth is relentlessly pursuing a path of conquest. And so with each planet they invade, their ultimate goal becomes clear: to reign supreme over the entire galaxy. And so we are entering the late stages of Stellaris, which we are getting to now. This was just a little map chart of what's happening in the game. And so Before we joined this federation, we were declaring war on the Whisker Warriors. And yeah, if you want to see that zoomed in here. So yeah, this little bitty icon, and they're kind of split up. So at the very top as well, this actually, all of this area, this is going to be very important. We're going to be looking at this in just a moment, but this is one of the factions, one of the federations that we may or may not be at war with. And so, yes, last week or this week actually, there was a huge war in the south. It was pretty much my empire versus all of the other federation members. After that stalemate, we've entered the year 2400, and now everything that's in the red right here, can I make this bigger? Will I be able to zoom in? Okay, well, it looks like that's as far as I can zoom in, but everything that's in the red, kind of like this shade here, I'm on the far left side. And so we are now the Free Advancement Exchange Federation. And so also, sneaky guys, we're in the year 2400. Now, I set the in-game crisis, I believe, at 2375, but I might be wrong about that. But either way, there should be an in-game crisis slowly starting to creep in. And so we are entering that late stage of the game right now. I'm going to jump over here to our Stellaris game, and here's the map mode we were just taking a look at. And so, yeah, guys, welcome to the Commonwealth of Yang. And so let's go ahead and check out our empire. We're going to take a quick look at our leader here. This is Grand Marshal Mavel. She is a level 6 out of 10, and so very skilled. Not as skilled as my first ruler. My first ruler had a lot of really cool traits, but like I said before, rest in peace, he's dead. And the under one rule origin has now been changed into broken rule since our starting leader has died. And so governing ethics, we have xenophobe and fanatic militarist. For our civics, nationalistic zeal to decrease that war exhaustion gain, and our claim influence cost is being decreased as well through that civic. The distinguished admiralty, this adds ship fire rate, it adds a +10 fleet command limit, and it increases admiral experience gain by 20%. After that, we have a new civic, and this one is the heroic past. And this one says that the legendary heroes of the past inspire this civilization's young people to achieve the extraordinary. As role models, government officials are expected to embody these ideals. Now, this civic starts our leaders off with an extra trait. They have a +25% leader experience gain and a -1 leader maximum negative trait. And so, yeah, these are the civics that we've selected. And again, now we have the broken rule origin, which under one rule starts us off with a powerful leader, and that leader will have unique unique traits, ruler traits. There we go. All right, so here are all the modifiers as well, which you guys can look at. I don't want to get too deep into this. Next up, we're going to go to government. And so right now we have an agenda that is soon to be launched, the impenetrable border. And so with this one, especially since we have started down the unyielding tree, we're going to take a look at that as well. But here it says that it increases starbase hull points, it decreases starbase upgrade cost, and decreases war exhaustion gain. And then when we activate this, or when we launch this agenda, it amplifies that even more. And so that plus, look at this council. We got a full council seat. We got a Grand Marshal, head of head of research, Lord High Admiral, a Minister of Defense, a Grand Storyteller, and a Standard Bearer. And each of these rulers, most of them being admirals here. Yeah, Admiral. We have a governor. This is a scientist, admiral, governor. And so mostly my council and my people, especially my factions, we're leaning towards that more militaristic side. And so after that, we're gonna go ahead and check out our faction. Speaking of which, our Military Officers Association. This is the faction that we are currently promoting right now, since they do have the highest approval. And so their approval's at 84%. On top of that, this faction has 631 pops in this one faction alone. And so with that being said, since they have a high approval of us, and on top of this is wonderful because now it shows where each of the pops are located. If you see right here above me, this is letting me know where each pop from each planet that is a part of this faction, where they're located at in my empire. So we have a lot of planets right now. That's where they all are. But since they have such high approval of us, of how I'm playing with this empire right now, and their support is really high. We are getting 267 unity from this faction alone. All right, we got to give them a round of applause just from that one faction. And then the other two down here on the bottom, you know, they're kind of okay. This one's just really small, but they have more issues that I'm not necessarily playing by right now. And their approval rating, I mean, it's still good, but 84% is juicy. And so after that, we have some edicts to check out. We have currently Fortify the Border, which I've had pretty much activated since the game, or since, yeah, I felt like I needed to use this from the beginning, and Fleet Supremacy. Now, if you guys look up here, our fleet is massive. We got a 952 size fleet. We're gonna be steady increasing that as well throughout the game. Over here with policies, the only thing we've really changed a bit is just our diplomatic stance. And I'm almost tempted to go with cooperative here. I feel like that might be holding us back from, if I do that though, I'm gonna lose some diplo weight. So maybe we will we'll cross that bridge a little bit later on. And so next up, we're looking at traditions. Throughout this run so far, we've completed the expansion, supremacy, prosperity, politics tradition trees, and now we're kind of split halfway between harmony and unyielding. And so I have 2 points in harmony, 3 in unyielding, and I'm probably going to finish unyielding first before we either jump back to harmony or select a new tradition. On top of that, for my ascension perks, we have technological ascendancy. We have One Vision, Voidborn, and World Shapers. And so we have a couple of worlds that I would like to turn into Gaia worlds still. And on top of that, we have a lot of habitats. And so those habitats we're going to be continuing to expand on as well. I feel like they can definitely make it much more of a challenge for some of my systems for them to try and run through. And now that we've looked at our traditions, let's jump over to our relics tree. And so here we have currently 3 relics. We have the Omni Codex, which I wish I could use more of it, but I have some other relics that I have to use in place of it, like the Yut Cairo Core. And so the main reason I like using this one a lot, especially right now in this game, is because I have a pretty large fleet, and anytime that I move them, they're going to start burning my energy credits up here. And so speaking of energy credits, we have 1K energy credits we are producing per month right now. That is huge. But yeah, whenever I activate this decreases ship upkeep by 20%, and it increases energy weapon fire rate. This is a passive by 20%. And on top of that, one of the newer relics that we have found, a miniature galaxy. And so when I activate this bad boy, it gains 50% tech progress in a random technology. Stonks, big time. Big time. I actually learned about that meme through this game. But yo, Sci-Fi, welcome to the stream. Welcome to our Commonwealth of Yang Empire, or our playthrough right now. We are just doing a quick recap of everything we have in our empire at the moment. Now we're looking at our relics, and to jump over here to the minor artifacts, I think I might go with finding military applications. I don't know if we've used this before in this run or not, but actually, you know what? I'm going to say negative, never mind right now. We're going to use this when we're actually in conflict with another empire. And so technology wise, you know, we're kind of researching these 3 technologies. We got some juicy stuff going on here. All right. Some are repeatables, not any of these, but we are diving into that repeatable category. Now look at my head of research scientist here, Kietes. My guy here, he's holding it down. Look at all of these traits. I mean, I don't even want to go through and read them all because it'll take a while, but man, he has all kinds of really cool traits. One of my favorites though is while he is assisting research on a planet, he increases the districts, or no, per district, it adds 3 physics research, society, and engineering research. So that's why he's assisting planets with technology. There's another one too. I believe that here it is, planet effects while assisting research, increasing amenities by 40. And I'll show you guys the world that I have him on right now. But those assisting planet modifiers are very nice. How's the game going? It is going very well. We are in the year 2400. We just joined a federation, and it's going to be go time. It's going to be go time here in a bit. And so on top of that, planet Unity, this is the planet that is currently getting that assistance and research. Look at that. Well, this is not even counting what my scientist is actually doing to the planet, but the amenities though, 50 amenities. All right. That is incredible. And so I'm looking on this planet right now. You know, we're gonna go ahead and start diving into the worlds. And so this is my home world. Let me see if I can terraform this. Oh, I sure can. And we are going to turn our home planet into a Gaia world. Now, how that'll impact my pops, I'm not sure. hopefully for the better. Our planet is already at 100% habitability, but hey, happier pops. And we could probably get more pops on our planet if it's a Gaia world, because the preference will be increased. And so right now we only have 3 jobs on this world, and let's go ahead and maybe squeeze in another. Let's go with an advanced research complex building. And so I'm looking up here. I see that we have tons and tons of consumer goods. Actually, I got to remember though that these higher tier upgraded buildings do have an upkeep of gas, volatile motes, or even rare crystals as well. And so all of these things you want to keep in mind when you are upgrading this. I think I have enough room here to build 2 on planet Unity, and this should help that planet with jobs available for now. And for the most part, a lot of my other planets are probably going to have some unemployment on it, which is okay because I have so many worlds right now. I have currently 17 planets and habitats combined. As those pops go into that unemployment area, they'll eventually want to go find a job on another planet, and that's where some of these other worlds, which we'll see here in a moment. Let's see here. Yeah, as you see, all these habitats we have, wonderful. They are absolutely wonderful. And I can't replace these habitation districts just yet. Let's see if we can expand this habitat. It looks like this is as big as this habitat is going to get for now. And so, yeah, we're definitely going to have to like maybe find or build another station and designate that one to special resources, because right now we do not have a whole lot that can sustain like a lot of upgrades here if we wanted that. And so for this habitat here, this is going to be my, look at this. This is one of my fortress, this should be, yeah, this is a fortress station, all strongholds and fortresses. And so we should have a lot of armies on this station. Let me just kind of do a check here. Look at all that. Jeez Louise. Yo, Thrumbo. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? We are just checking out our empire here and doing some slight micromanaging and just kind of looking at things and making sure everything is good right now. But welcome to the stream. We are going to now be adding, I'm trying to decide, what do I want on this world? Oh, and so this is a different, I gotta change that. That's not for this empire in particular, but right on for bringing that back up, because I haven't actually used that in this run yet. But yeah, that is for something completely different. That was for my Galactic Farmers Market there, Thrumbo. But this is the Commonwealth of Yang. We're pretty much masked as the Commonwealth of Man Empire. And yeah, we're about to get ready to have some action go down here in a little bit. And so we are deep into in-game territory. I'm just gonna build another habitation district. That way we can get a building slot open on this planet. Here, all right, so this is one of the worlds I was mentioning that I'm going to be leaving open for, you know what? I might turn this world into an ecumenopolis. The thing I'm worried about is losing my special resources. I don't know if it can sustain those types of buildings, which I'm pretty sure it can. And honestly, let me see here. I might have enough resources. I might just go ahead and build the remaining industrial districts here. And then maybe I'll squeeze on 2 more city districts, and we'll see what this does to this planet, and if I can make that decision to terraform that world or just change that planet into an ecumenopolis. And that'll be the first planet like that we have in our borders. And so guys, over here we're gonna go to our idle leader. Okay, yeah, we're gonna keep them idle for now. I'm pretty sure it's just an admiral, which we don't have a lot of use for since we're not at war or anything. And something that's happened in this game is, in our last run, we settled a status quo with the Whisker Warriors. I was a bit furious. I recreated my fleets, and we joined this federation. And so everything that's in the red right now, this is our federation. But you'll notice up here at the top of my borders, we got a little bit of border gore. And so up here, during that war that we had, the Whisker Warriors, aka the Battle Cats, they invaded one of my worlds. They successfully took control of it, and then when we ended the war, before I would allow them to take more of my systems, we decided, yo, we're gonna settle the status quo, and they ended up taking this system and a planet from us. And so this is the second world that they've managed to take from us, and I want both of those back. And so we have a pretty solid rivalry going on right now. But let's check out our federation. And so here it is, the Free Advancement Exchange. This is a research cooperative federation right now. And so there are a lot of members in this federation. Let's see. And I do currently have all of my envoys set to the Galactic community, but we're losing some cohesion right now. So maybe I'll just skip one of these over in hopes that the other members of the Federation will increase that. On top of that though, here we can see some details about where our empire is in relative power compared to some of the others. And the Car Swarm, my goodness. Look at that, they got about 1 million worth. It looks like, or let's see. Yeah, that's about 1 million's worth of fleet power. Jeez Louise, the TechNet systems has, oh no, that's not 1 million, that's 100. No, theirs is 1 million, but yeah. A lot of these empires have some pretty strong areas that they excel in. And so maybe if we go to our laws here, I'm going to see if there are any laws that we have in the Federation that could increase cohesion and possibly give us some sway-so in the Federation, because now we are a member and there's a possibility that we could be presidents. And so right now I'm not seeing much. I kind of would like to have fleet contributions be set to low so that we can get started on a fleet, a federated fleet. But it looks like right now the support is also low for this law in the Federation. And so we'll come back to this one a little bit later on as well, I'm sure, in this run. The Galactic community. Right now, the Galactic community wants to focus on the Grey Tempest, which, sure, I will support. You know, right now it seems like a really silly resolution to focus on, but if it keeps the other members of the galaxy busy, I don't even know if there are any L-Gate or Grey Tempest out here. It looks like most of these systems have already been taken. And speaking of which, the Whisker Warriors have managed to expand out here somehow. Those bastards, those kitty cats. And so we're gonna go ahead and close out our planet tab here. Next up, we're gonna do a quick skim through some of these rings and habitats, or not habitats, but stations. Some are defensive, some are regular. All will probably need upgrades. And so just jumping through here, I'm seeing that I have a couple of building slots open. And if you guys remember in the last run, we were building non-stop anchorages, and we're going to continue to do so. And so if I see any, yeah, it looks like that was the only module that we have that could have upgraded to anchorages. And so 2 more of those on the way. Speaking of anchorages and ships and things like that, we got a couple of upgrades available. Let's go ahead and get our fleets refitted, increasing that fleet power as well. But yeah, we got 20k alloys. That is a whole lot. And so let me grab one of my construction ships here and let's scope around. I believe right now we are also working on a megastructure. And so before we go to that construction ship, we have I believe this is like a 3rd tier science nexus with 1 more to go. But this science nexus is soon to be fully complete. And as you can see already, it is producing 200 of each scientific science tech up here at the top. And so right now we're currently sitting at 5k technology. And so outside of that, I'm gonna have my construction ship probably build another habitat. This time we're going to be focusing on some of the choke point systems. And so if I want to, let me see, I know like this 2 system right here, I would love to have a habitat here. And each of these habitats now are going to be designated to strongholds and fortresses, because we want to make sure that we can protect our systems from hostile invaders. And so last time the AI kept attacking me from up here. In particular, they would travel through this gateway system. This time we have to defend this area a little bit better. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to head over to this Yultip system. I'm gonna grab one of my construction ships and we are going to build a habitat if I can. Can I not? Yeah, there it is. And so a habitat is now queued up there, and that is going to be the only construction ship that I have working right now. Actually, I got a second one here. All right, cool. And so we'll probably be able to build 2 habitats, and we'll get to work on that right away. There it is. And my 3rd construction ship, if we can build 3, let's get it. And so I'm going to set this habitat right behind the station here, since in most cases the AI will probably be attacking me from one of these systems first. And so if we can move the habitat behind a base, that would be even better. And that would give them more obstacles they'll have to travel through. On top of that, with the unyielding tradition tree, that's going to be giving us modifiers to our defensive stations as well. And so just making it more challenging for any enemy or hostile fleets. Now, speaking of technology, we have a tradition available. And like I said before, guys, I'm probably going to be going ahead and continuing down the unyielding tree. Now, we have our first one, Never Surrender. It says, we shall fight on our soils. We shall fight in the heavens. We shall fight in the asteroid belts and in the hyperlanes. And in the nebulas, we shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength amongst the stars. We shall never surrender. We are the Commonwealth of Yang. And so this gives us a negative 25% decrease in orbital bombardment damage, and our war exhaustion gain is decreased by 25%. Now, we get a 25% hostile claim influence cost modifier. Nice. Nice. And so any hostiles that want to make any claims on us, I hope they have the influence for it, because they are going to be paying. But outside of that, let's get back to our shipyards here. I want to keep things kind of growing here when it comes to our fleet. And so I know that I've built a bunch of battleships, a bunch of cruisers and things like that. Now I'm going to jump over here and just squeeze in a few more frigates and corvettes as well. Probably a couple of destroyers, and I got 2 different classes of each. I just tend to split those up, and we'll see what our fleet capacity is up to here in a bit. Now, wonderful. We're terraforming our home world. Outside of that, everything else looks pretty solid. I'm actually kind of curious here. I want to see if we could maybe declare war. What would the Federation say? Actually, this is a war just... Oh, yeah, look at this. So now I would have a ton of allies in this war. And I'm going to build my fleet up here. We got one more wave of ships on the way. But here in a bit, we're going to be declaring war on the Whisker Warriors and this entire Federation down here. And so I just want to get my ships positioned before we start any of that. And we'll be making preparations here in due time. And so right now we have 2 habitats on the way. Hopefully a crisis does not spawn in this game just yet. We're going to crank the speed up to fast a little bit. Looks like my fleets have been refitted. Let's see what else we got going on. There we go. So both ships have been refitted. I'm going to take a quick splash of some cold water. That is wonderful. Frizzang Beast, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? We are in a much stronger situation right now, or a much more advantaged situation. Right now, all this red, wait, let me get a little bit closer. Here we go. So, move out the way. This little bitty border area right here, we're about to take it and we're about to squeeze it. Ugh! And so, yeah, we're going to pinch it. All right, that's the goal. I'm going to try and declare war. Really, it's the Whisker Warriors. I have some claims on their systems. And actually, let's go back to our claims here. Just to get an idea of what systems I have claims on. These 2 belong to me to begin with. We're taking those back. All right. But we have claims on almost all of their systems. Actually, I believe for the Whisker Warriors, yeah, we do have claims on every one of their systems. Excuse me. And so any area that's in this area in particular, I'm just like, that belongs to me. If it has a gateway, if it has, look how cheap this is. I've only spent about 260 influence to make claims on these right now. Or not yet, but that's how much it would cost me. I'm just going to keep making them. And really, I want to head over here too and just get my hands on this cluster. Wow. So I have 531. Wow, right under the number that we need. We're going to go ahead and make even more claims on that. And I'm pretty sure that is going to make matters worse for everyone in the galaxy. And so let's take a look at our opinion map mode now. And as you can see, this whole little wave of other empires, they all hate my guts. But the humans, most humans live up in this area over here. We have TechNet, we have the Galactic Farmers Market. We also have Tim Curry Space Exodus, which I'm gonna switch to our regular empire colors now. But yeah, all these empires over here, minus the Swarm, we're all humans. We even have the United Nations of Earth. And so this blue and this blue It's kind of easy to get those mixed up, but those are two different empires. United Nations of Earth, we've been allies for quite some time, and okay, I thought they were at war for a moment, but it looks like they are okay. And so let's keep this thing going though. We got about 28 more ships to build, and we are going to see what our fleet power is at, how powerful they are, and when it comes to the relative power scale, and we'll see if we are able to conquer. Instead of conquering the Whisker Warriors, we just want to just completely annihilate the entire Federation. And so just going back through my bases here, I'm trying to upgrade and get prepared for this situation that is about to go down. And yeah, guys, hopefully you guys got your seatbelts buckled up, because we are about to go to war. Now, once we get to a Star Fortress, I'm not going to be upgrading too many of these into citadels, just because these bases can cost a lot. But some of the ones near my home system, that's right here, the Deneb system right above my noggin there, that is where my home world is located, my starting planet. And so it's right in the middle of the Commonwealth of Yang.
Science division.
And the systems around it, some of these I may upgrade to a citadel. If not, a Star Fortress usually is enough for me at the moment. And so I will be making sure that I do get a bunch of defensive platforms on these surrounding systems, because the last thing you want is any kind of hostile ships attacking your home planet. And so speaking of technology here and defensive platforms, the fortified core layers increases defensive platform hull by 10%, giving it more of a challenge for those empires to destroy those things. And here, let's see, we got an agenda. We're not going to activate this one just yet. This is one of the cool things about agendas that it took me watching somebody else to play to see how this works. If you have an agenda that is ready to be launched, you can launch it. But if you're not ready to launch that agenda, you can hang on to this until you find a more suitable time to launch it. And so usually when it comes to edicts and agendas, I tend to save those for battles. It depends on the edict, of course, but if there's like edicts like increasing your speed of your ships or increasing energy damage or kinetic damage, I always activate those right when I go into a battle. And so we'll also be doing that here in a momento. But yo, we got some more destroyers here. I see that we got enough room for maybe a couple more ships. And again, I'm not going to rush into battle. All right, we are going to take our time, make sure that we are overwhelming in power. Right now, we are equal to these guys. Or that's just my power compared to the Whisker Warriors, but here in a little bit that is going to change. And so just to check out the Federation here, let's see what's happening. And still losing a little bit of XP per month, not a whole lot, but this was at 1, now it's at 0.1, and so just a little squeaky amount of cohesion we are losing. But over time, I may jump back over to this. It'll just depend on what's going on in the game. And so just to check these laws here, the succession type. It looks like we have a couple of members here. Looks like majority support this to change the succession type to random. And I feel like this may give us a chance. Let's see what the current term is set to, 2403. Okay, so hold up. We're not going to change this just yet. The succession, a new successor is going to be taking the place of the federated president here in about 1 more year. A year and some change. And so we're actually going to wait for that and see who becomes the next president of this free advancement exchange. Really, I wish I could change this. Only the Federation president can rename the Federation. And so, yeah, we'll see if we're next up in line. If not, we're going to change some more laws there in the Federation. Outside of that, we have 3 habitats on the way. Those will be stronghold fortress habitats. Used to help us defend our borders. Let's see here. All right, so it looks like our starbase has finished upgrading in this system. Let's go ahead and do a quick look at some of these choke points. And holy moly, guys, we got some heavy thunder there. That was a little loud. The strike craft damage has been increased by 10%. Next up for society technology here, let's go with, man, we got all these ancient weapons and ancient technologies here. I'm going to go for the eco-integration studies. And so even though we are terraforming a lot of our planets into Gaia worlds and just things like that, you know what? Let's see what's up with the chemical bliss. So chemical bliss, it allows us to set the chemical bliss living standard. And there we go. So deep tissue implants in the latest innovation in the revolutionary overlapping of sensory engineering and entertainment experiences. where we're going, we won't need skin to feel. Okay. Chemical bliss, let's give it a shot, see what's up with that. In the meantime, though, battle plans. And so right now, the Whisker Warriors, we want to first start off taking taking back our systems here. And so we have this one right here and the other one all the way up here. And so I believe I have a pretty big army right now. Yeah, I got I got 30 clone armies and then 30 assault armies. And for some reason that still feels like that is not enough armies.
Science division.
But we will definitely be using those right away. We'll be getting those in position here in a little bit. But yeah, now we have the Chemical Bliss Edict available. And let's hop back over to, let's see. Let's give the Paradise Dome a shot. We'll get that squared away. It's not going to take us a long time to research. And yeah, we'll keep this game going. So here we go. We are in the next year. This year in this run, 2403, we will have a new federation in about 10 months. And so as that gets closer, we'll see who's newly elected. Let's go back to the Galactic Council, see what's happening, or the Galactic Community. And right now we are voting to ban sentient slave trade. So robots will still be allowed on the Galactic, the market, but no organic species will be allowed to be sold. And so I just got an extra 5% energy credits for my jobs through technology. And there it is, another weapon, or in this case, a shield technology. You know what? I might squeeze over to the shielding technology a little bit more because I want to keep my ships alive. The less ships I lose, the better I feel being in combat. And so let's go ahead and upgrade a fleet while we're doing that. And here in a bit, man, this galaxy just seems almost too peaceful. I think I've been in more wars than any of the other empires in this run so far, but we'll see what's going on. If we go to our situation log, we're gonna jump over to the victory score. And oh, guys, we were in 14th place. Holy moly. Yes, we are in 15th place right now. Or no, we were in 14th place, and now we're all the way in 5th place. And so we've definitely made a huge jump right there. And everybody that's above me is in my federation. And so, yo, Radio Wave, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How you doing? We've been taking a look at our empire here, but we've started our game. We're 3 years into this run right now. It is 2403, and we're getting ready for a new president here. And so let's go ahead and increase that naval cap. Another 20 through technology. Got to go for anything militaristic based.
Inbound message traffic.
Uh-oh, and we got a migration treaty. This time from Tim Curry Space Exodus. Look, I like my robots, all right? I do like them. But with just in fear of the contingency, I worry about this migration treaty. But then again, this will allow me to colonize other planets, any planets. Let's agree to it. Our first migration treaty with the robots. And I could possibly sell them. Right now, I believe their rights. We'll go to our species tab here. The robots' rights should be set to servitude. And they are. The robots serve us. One thing we also want to keep an eye on as well is that these robots' numbers do not climb too high, or else there's a chance of a possible revolution or an AI uprising. And so that we got to be careful for. But looking at all my other species, most of them are residents of the Commonwealth of Yang. And so we believe that our empire stands above all, and we'll need the help of all other species in order to make that so. Here we are merging 2 fleets, and let's see what else is going on in the galaxy. And so let's see, we have learned of a new strategic resource in this system, apparently. Okay. All right. Let's keep our game going. Let's check out the Whisker Warriors. So I want to make sure we have no truces going on or anything like that. And it does look like there's nothing going on between us. And so, yes, we do have the option to declare war on them, which we are just waiting a few more years for. We got a Titan on the way. Again, let's check out their... Oh, yeah. See, I got plenty of room right now to build some more ships. And so as long as I got space to increase that naval capacity and possibly get my my fleet power to make their relative power inferior to us, that would be nice. And so let's head back over here to TechNet. Let's see what's going on with these guys. Maybe we can make another trade. And I do see that they're... Oh, we can establish an embassy with them now. Wonderful. So we will do that, and we will offer another trade deal now. They've been trading me a lot of alloys here. And here you can see we are getting even more. As if we have the resources to even purchase this. But 40K alloys right now. Holy moly. I know that they go crazy over the minor artifacts. Okay. What else do we have that we might be able to give them? I have a hard time departing from my dark matter, but we're gonna jump over to exotic gases. And they do like those exotic gases. Next up, we have some consumer goods. I don't know if they usually don't care too much about the consumer goods. Yeah, that's not impacting that deal. We're gonna pause the game just a little bit. Food, I feel like, is kind of hit and miss with some empires. It looks like they only want a certain amount. And so about 2K is where we stop at there. Nope, they don't want any minerals. And how about those energy credits? No energy credits. And so let's go ahead and drop this down a little bit so that we can actually make this trade happen. And about 23,000 alloys sounds about good. I think that could be used to increase my naval capacity even further. And so the Galactic Farmers Market is now president. And look at their Cubanopolis world here. This is why I want one of these. But yeah, the Galactic Farmers Market is now president of our federation. And so we're gonna vote to, I would try to vote to change the succession years to only 10. But right now everyone seems to be okay with the succession term being 20 years. Outside of that, let me see. Oh yeah, we could change it to, yeah, we need to get this Federation centralization up to high, because I usually like to have the succession type be set to strongest, but we're gonna switch it over to random right now. And the Galactic Farmers Market's like, this sucks, but everyone else is like, yeah, we want to do it. So that way, yeah, it'll be a random president every time. And there we go. We got fortified core layers technology. And next up in engineering, we're gonna look at assembly algorithms. This adds, you know what? I see some armor. I see weapons we could upgrade. Let's go with the matter compression. This adds an extra 5% to armor hit points. All right. And so outside of that, though, I mean, our ships, everything, it's on the way. We made the deal work. We now have 2,300 alloys, or 2,300 more alloys. The Federation has voted to change the succession type to Knight. Oh, that has succeeded. Wonderful. Wonderful. And once again, let's check out that shipyard. Make sure all these ships are being made right now. Actually, I say all, but there's only one Titan, and we got some pirates. Will they? I don't even know if they'll even matter right now, because all of our bases are a little bit stronger. And so here we have some Titans that just spawned. I'm pretty sure once you get fortified, or not fortified, but unyielding traditions, pirates just get squashed so fast. And so let's see here. Looks like a alien megastructure has been completed from another empire, which is cool, but that does not matter to me. Oh, what? Wait, am I seeing this right? Where is this at? How did we get here? Abandoned observation outpost. I am so confused right now. We have a single system that is outside of the map. Yo, Shaw, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Happy Friday to you as well. We have an abandoned observation outpost, and it says that this outpost orbits the system we were just looking at, Ophala 1. It may shed some light on the origins of the pre-FTL Charnoi civilization on the planet below. How do I get here? That is the question. Let me grab my science ship. Let's see here. How do I get here? Target system is not in range of jump drive. Wow. Okay, well, and there's a Gaia world here? What? I gotta know how to get here. I don't know how I just found this system or why it even spawned up, but I would like to know so much more about it. Maybe we'll get there, maybe we won't. But let's head back over here and jump back to our ships. Abandoned research stations are either awesome boons or Arth start of a horror movie. Oh, nice. I can't remember it off the top of my head and what it did. So yeah, that's interesting. Will we be able to reach it though? I'm not sure. But let's head back over here to our special resources. And I can't build any ships because now a lot of my ships require crystals. These crystals. And so we're gonna buy those and head back over here to our station, and bingo, there it is. More ships available to be created here and forged. And so definitely gonna add some cruisers in this run. And then we're gonna jump back to our other station. I have two stations that have 5+ shipyards. So excuse me, guys. For this station, we're gonna go ahead and start crafting a couple of. Can I not build anymore? What's going on here? Oh, I need exotic gases now. All right, so yeah, we'll buy a handful of those as well. And usually with the I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Sorry there, guys. All right, so yeah, we'll just go ahead and just keep on queuing up some more. These frigates, though, I've been trying to take advantage of those, preparing for some much bigger ships to go into combat with. Keep the game going. And so I'm sure after this next wave, we will have some more naval cap here again. Let's check and make sure. We're going to check our borders here. There we go. We got 2 more anchorages available to open up. And again, adding more of these defensive platforms. And these I'm going to, again, spread around to some of my other systems here. Jeez. Some of these have 18 already. This time I want to make it so that we are not able to have our borders penetrated. And so here I see that we have a starhold. We're going to go ahead and upgrade that into a fortress. And at the same time, we'll build maybe a couple of defensive platforms. And I want to reach out to, I know the Swarm. I believe they like having consumer goods. Right now our relationship is slightly decreasing. But let's go ahead and make a trade deal and see if they will give us some alloys. I know this is a somewhat superior empire to us, but I know they like consumer goods. Yeah. And so now we have an empire that we can funnel all of these excess consumer goods to. And I'm gonna get as much as I can on top of increasing the trade acceptance as well. And so we'll come back to them a little bit later on. I'm pretty sure they're gonna accept the deal. One of my leaders has leveled up, my Minister of Defense, Mr. Yoshida. Mr. Yoshida here has a couple of traits that we could jump to. And the shipbreaker looks nice, giving us an extra 3 alloys. But the artillerist level 2, I might have to jump with this one. This increases ship weapon damage by 10% and tracking by 7%. So there it is. He has a new trait. The Swarm has accepted the deal, and we now have 17k alloys. Very good there. And so trades, I'm not gonna lie, man, I've been liking the trades a whole lot more rather than spending those. There's a missing civic. An enclave or a banker. What are you referring to? Are you talking about this icon right here? This is just my council being ready. I'm not ready to activate the agenda just yet. I'm waiting until we get ready for war. I have a bunch of ships queued up at the moment, and when they are queued, or when they're finished being crafted or created, forged, we're going to declare war on the Whisker Warriors once again. So somehow their fleets are still just equal to us. We gotta change that. And so once again, another mega structure has been created by another empire. Also, Excel, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by this afternoon, or this evening now. This is the Commonwealth of Yang. And so earlier in the stream, we took a look at all the stuff that's been happening in this run so far. There's been a lot. This has been a crazy fun journey. We are also streaming this on YouTube as well. And so if you or anyone else that may be watching the stream wants to check it out, you can hop over there to my link to my channel, and you can see all the fun Stellaris stuff we've been doing. Basically a civic or enclave that acts as a banker that I'm assuming triggers your energy or resources in exchange for payback. Oh, nice. I didn't know you could do that with Megacorps, but yeah, we do have an enclave. I believe they're just bringing us resources back. That's what they were doing before. I haven't played in some of my runs with enclaves before, but we did use them in this battle here, or we did use them in a battle earlier. Oh, and here we have the decision to restore an Ecumenopolis. There it is. So planet Stellaria. This is going to be the first world. I believe this is our second relic world, but our first planet that we're going to be terraforming, or not terraforming, but restoring into an Ecumenopolis planet. And so it says here that this decision will turn the planet into an Ecumenopolis, increasing housing resource production and pop growth, and unlocking special arcology districts at the expanse of the planet's natural resources becoming inaccessible, and then preventing all further construction of generator, mining, and agricultural districts. Now, with this being a relic world, the mining we might take a slight hit on, but we're going to do it anyway. And so restoring the Ecumenopolis is coming up next, and we'll see what that does to this planet here in a bit. This world has plenty of jobs right now. Plenty of jobs, and actually not a lot of the pops are even working the miner jobs, so cool. Well, you would take out a loan from a banking enclave for 10,000 alloys in exchange for energy alloys per month for 10 years. Ooh. Yo. What is this civic? What is this wonderful civic you speak of? All right, so back over here, let's check see if I have, okay, so I do have some exotic gases, but I have no buildings that require exotic gases. Everything is mostly, oh, hey, the Hollow Theater. So amenities are already high on this planet. I don't know if I want to, actually, I kind of want to just switch one of these to another building. For instance, rare crystals. I think we have enough consumer goods and enough amenities to keep this planet happy and switching our jobs over at the same time. And so a synthetic crystal plant will be added to this world, to a couple of these worlds here. I might be switching some of the buildings around. And so a luxury residence, why I have this building on my world, I think this was a conquered planet and they just had that there, but we're gonna switch this over. And again, we're gonna go for some more of the synthetic crystal plants to keep us out of the negative deficit of that resource for a while. So you could run a banking megacorp with the Civic. I wish this Civic and Enclave existed. Interesting. Yeah, I do like playing with megacorps. I feel like I haven't played with them in a while. But the next time I do create an empire for that, I will keep that in mind. All right, so I got plenty of exotic gases here. Once again, guys, we are going to upgrade another one of these research complex buildings. A lot of these worlds that have 0 jobs available, we're just going to get to work on these and get some pops to work right away. And so for this planet, this is Dacha 2. I'm okay, I guess I will upgrade it. We might be seeing a huge boost to our technology score here in a bit. Okay, and so outside of that, most of my habitats are filled up. Here is Planet Sanctuary. Once again, filled up, 1 job available. Me personally, I like to see it. But also, this is my agro world. Interesting. I don't know if I necessarily need an agro world right now, but I know that this is giving me a lot of food from those districts there. And so here we have Rattenbury. This is another one of my relic worlds, and one Ecumenopolis is nice. A second one could be really nice as well. I'm getting some ideas in my head. I'm thinking that I might just start building more industrial districts on this planet, and maybe having another Ecumenopolis world. Oh yeah, so outside of that though, I'm pretty sure everything else should be okay for now. Here we could probably squeeze on another upgrade. All right, and other than that, I think we should be good. I'm going to slow down there because we did just upgrade a lot of buildings and districts. We built a bunch of those as well. I'm just doing a quick skim here to see if there's any more planets or habitats that I can upgrade, but right now it's looking like everything is pretty much packed and full. And so yeah, this is the soon to be Ecumenopolis world. All right, cool. And so all planets have been checked out. I'm gonna close this tab up and we'll see what the results are here. Now, the ban sentient slave trade resolution has failed. And next up, the comfort the fallen, which I'm not getting down with.
Inbound message traffic.
I don't care too much about that resolution, so whatever happens there happens. Reverence for life. So this is a resolution that I think should be passed. It says that purging and the use of world cracking weapons is banned. This is a sanction of sorts, and pretty much if you blow up a planet, yo, you gotta chill out, man. You're gonna get a sanction there. And so the habitat is now complete and ready for colonization. Let's take a look at this one. This is in one of my choke point systems, and so we're gonna go ahead and get a colonization crew ready to go. And with all these new species now, holy moly, look at all of that. That is insanity. Yo, what? What in the world? I have never seen, oh my goodness. Wow, we even have like super mega humanoids. Jeez Louise, look at this. Yo. I am bamboozled right now. Look at all those traits. Wow. Wow. All right, so these guys have some leader lifespan modifiers, but I'm gonna jump to this one. You got transhumans, I got trans everything right now. It's incredible. This is like every single trait for a, I mean, not every trait, but this is a lot of traits though. The Rooney, let's go ahead and let them colonize this habitat. The Nexon, I like it. But geez Louise, Men of Gold, yes. Yes. And these guys want to offer us a migration treaty as well. They are a mega corporation. At this point, I'm just kind of opening doors. I'm like, yo, now we gotta, if we're gonna win this thing, we gotta win it together. And so as soon as we colonize that habitation, or that habitat, we will build a fort, or we'll start building some fortress buildings inside of it. But while we do that, we're gonna go ahead and build a second habitat. Oh, I need influence though, so disregard that. Dude, that is sweet. I didn't realize I had such strong species. But we'll go ahead and add another hyper relay system. And I want to scope around here, see if there's anywhere else that I probably should be adding those. And outside of that, I'm not really seeing much. Cool. Will you try a Star Trek mod like New Civilizations? Probably not Star Trek, because I'm very beginner. I'm on a beginner phase with Star Trek. It wouldn't impact me as much. Now, like Star Wars, that's something we've done in the past before. But Star Trek, I haven't seen enough of it to really know what's going on. And so I feel like if I were to like watch some more shows, then I'd be more inclined to play a Star Trek mod. But if I don't know anything about it, I feel like I wouldn't be doing you guys any quality service justice or anything like that. Yo, Terrible Hamster, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. We just created 2 more habitats here, and we are getting our defensive choke point systems fortified even more. And so, yeah, we were just checking out our species here, and look at all those traits. That is a lot. That is a whole lot. This Hiruni, they look like a lithoid. Yeah, they are lithoids. Yeah, they have a lot of really good traits, and we are going to be putting those to use now. And so these 3 new habitats, I actually want to see what they have. So this species has, they're lithoids, yes, pop growth speed is a little slower, but I mean, that won't matter as long as they're on this planet. They'll just be ridiculously strong. And so they're uplifted, they're cybernetic, industrious, natural engineers, traditional, enduring, resilient, conservationalist, and harvesters. And so these guys are just good all around the board. And I'll be using them to colonize some of my planets. Look at those traits. I know. And they're not the only ones either. There's other species out there that have really good traits as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and actually activate this right now. And I want to jump over to another agenda. In particular, the favored society is really nice. The infinite opportunities I've found to be pretty good. That increases happiness. Let's go with the, where was it at? Here it is. Favored society. So we choose to favor people on our capital world and those supporting them. And so this increases specialist pop resource output. And then when we, that's the initial modifier. And when I launch it, we get the favored society agenda for 10 years, increasing resources from jobs by 20%. And so that's going to be a nice one to launch here in a little bit, especially with us going to war in the future, which I can't imagine will be happening. Now, right now, my naval capacity is a little over what I can support. Don't fear. This is all as planned, and actually, just to show you guys how bold I'm feeling right now, we're gonna build some more ships to go even further over our naval capacity. That's right, we are overclocking right now, and I'm just queuing up a handful more ships. And once I get those habitats up, we will be able to maintain that naval capacity. And so here I have the Unity orbital ring around my planet, and there it is, another orbital anchorage. We're gonna add that, and for our next tradition, and this is going to be the final tradition point for the unyielding tradition tree, we're putting this into Bulwark of Harmony. And so this says that all organisms, no matter how perfect, must rely on an immune system to ward off the threat of outside disease. Our society is no different. While in a defensive war with another empire, ship build speed is increased by 33%. In addition, the ship fire rate is increased by 15% for ships within your borders. And so, yeah, if we fight inside of our borders, we'll have a nice modifier there added. And completing this tradition tree will, let's see here, it'll give us a plus 50% defensive platform cap, decrease starbase upkeep by 20%, and grants us access to the Martial Alliance Federation type. On top of that, we get one Ascension perk. We're going to look at that right now, and here are the options we have. And so, ooh, the flesh is weak. Oh, synthetic evolution. Ooh. But then, oh man, that sounds nice. That does sound nice. Lord of War, I've heard good things about. The Colossus project could also be good. Man, so many options here. We could try to become a galactic contender. Yo, Sir Gideon, thank you for the bits. Welcome to the stream. Oh, Ascension perks time, you say? I came in at the right time. Yes, you sure did. We just completed the unyielding tradition tree now. And so I'm kind of thinking, you know, Eternal Vigilance. Oh, no, not this one. I was thinking of Grasp of the Void. This gives me 5 extra starbase capacity. The Galactic Contender could be really nice, especially with the in-game crisis getting ready to spawn in. And I can't imagine with us having multiple fallen empires, this could be a thing too. But one thing that stands out that I like about this Ascension perk is that the diplomatic weight will be increased by 20%. That could be good. That could be. Master Builders, that could be really good as well. And oh man, so many options. So many options. Master Builders. This gives me 1 extra megastructure build capacity. That could be really good. Just so many options here. I'm torn right now. This would immediately, oh, okay, so I'm already out of my naval capacity situation that I was in before. And so Galactic Force Projection, probably don't have to worry about that right now. You know what? I might go with probably Galactic Contender. Let's go for that extra Diplo weight and damage to all awakened fallen empires and gate builders. All right, so just to give us a little bit of an advantage in this, entering this later game or in the future. So our naval capacity, oh, that's why our naval cap is up. For our next society technology here, let's go with, just to get it out of the park and that it's a rare technology, we're gonna go with Resort Worlds next. And let's check out some more of these anchorages and bases here. I wanna make sure these guys have all the modules that I need. Here we have 2 more. Wonderful. Add it to the naval cap. Okay, and so far everything's looking pretty good. Let's check out that relative power once again. I want to make sure that we are a bit more overwhelming. And geez, the Whisker Warriors just keep it up. They're like, anything you can do, we can do just a tad bit better. And I'm like, all right, cool. What if my better is even better than your better? I don't know. We don't know what's happening anymore. I'm sorry, did you pick a perk? So yes, I did pick the, for the Ascension perk, I went with Galactic Contender. And so that's the one that increases diplomatic weight in the community, which actually we're gonna take a look at that here in a second. It increases damage to awaken fallen empires and gate builders. And so let's head over to the Galactic community now. And I wanna see what our diplo weight's kind of looking like. All right, and so we're creeping up. We are in that 5th spot now for most diplomatic weight in the Galactic community, We got 5,000 days until the next election. All right, and so we got 5,000 days to make some moves here to increase that diplo weight. Yes. And we're trying to, just kind of position ourselves here for this late game situation. All right, so we got the kinetic battery. We'll go ahead and knock that technology out in 4 months. And here, let's go for some more monthly unity. 5% more monthly unity once we finish researching that technology. Outside of that, though, everything is looking absolutely splendid. Let's go back to adding more defensive platforms. There we go. And along these edges here, I will probably be just kind of cashing out, again, all of the alloys, making sure these are as defended as possible. Geez, these guys got a citadel in this system. How strong is that? 30K. All right, so they got a 30K in that system. Here they have another 30K. So I'm feeling pretty confident right now that we could maybe just beat these guys. And I mean, there's no good time for war, right? Am I right? There's never really a good time for any kind of war in any kind of situation here. With these 9 battleships on the way, though, man, guys, I gotta do it now or it's never. This is probably the closest we'll be as equals. Let's not give them the advantage of time. And so let's go ahead and declare war against this Federation, the Whisker Warriors, the Sandarin Regime, and the Great Storm Meridian Autocracy. This will be a claim war. We are declaring war on them, and we have 33 claims that we are trying to conquer from the enemy and their allies. Our allies have 7 claims that we are trying to conquer from the enemy. And let's see here. We do not have any subjugation casus belli on the Whisker Warriors. Yeah, let's go. Enough with the chit chat. Everything is written down on paper right now. We are going to be voting in the Federation. Let's see what everyone says. Right now, it's a unanimous vote. Hopefully, this will work. Please, I'm ready. Did we do it? Oh, it failed. Everyone said no. I want to declare war on the Warriors. All right, the Whisker Warriors. All right, so the Federation's, you know what? Okay, I can do that. We can crank this speed up here and build some more habitats. No worries for me at all. And so the Federation says no to my first attempt of declaring war on the Whisker Warriors. They're cowards, yes. They're so strong. I don't understand. Why do we not just attack them? And so here, one of my grand storyteller ruler on my council. Ooh, we're gonna go with the efficient staffing. And so this is going to increase worker pop resource output. Always, you gotta invest back into the people. They produce your resources, a big chunk of them at least. And for engineering technology, let's go for miniaturized pre-igniters, increasing that explosive weapon damage fire rate. All right, and so the Federation, they said no, not right now. And this is why I wanted to change up some of the laws in the Federation at the moment. And so, okay, all right, right now we're kind of going back and forth between cohesion. It looks like we are gaining some at some points, other times we're losing. I don't know if it's members taking their alloys or their envoys off the Federation, but looks like right now where we left it off at, it's an okay state. And so here it is, the Science Nexus is complete. It is complete. There it is. And so today we celebrate the grand opening of the Science Nexus. With its state-of-the-art research facilities and innovative technology, we have no trouble attaching the greatest minds from across the Empire or even the universe, should we so desire. This feat truly marks the beginning of a new era of enlightenment. It is a big day in the history of our kind. And so indeed it is, and now we are getting a ton of resources from that. A ton of scientific resources from that. And so there it is, a Science Nexus, literally the size of a world, bigger than a world, or maybe wider than a world, but some worlds I'm sure it's bigger than. All right, so we got our first megastructure up. Wonderful. Let's get right away to building another one, and let's grab one of my construction ships here. I want to build my megastructures a little bit closer near my home system, near my shipyards. And so here I want to just kind of do a skim and see what all may be available, and honestly, a mega shipyard. What do I need? I need 35 more alloys, and so I have to build it around a star. There we go. A mega shipyard is on the way. Imagine going to college on a science nexus. That would be insane.
What is your profession?
Gary, thank you for the raid, and welcome to our Commonwealth of Yang Stellaris Galactic Paragon stream. We're in the 2400s, and it is going down right now. And so we just finished building a science nexus. But hold up, before we continue with that, hopefully you had a wonderful stream. What were you playing today? And hopefully you've been having a good week. And hopefully everyone from Gary's community is going to be having a wonderful weekend ahead of them. Guys, thank you for stopping by. I'm Alpha Yang Delete. I play a lot of Stellaris. I put together these grand campaigns. And right now we are in the middle of, oh, Gary, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That 13th gifted sub, yo, thank you so much. Terrible Hamster, enjoy that bad boy. And so, yeah, 2 games actually. Oh, nice. What's going on? Hamster dropping the things. Oh, Terrible Hamster did that. Sorry about that. Terrible Hamster, thank you for the gifted sub to Gary. There we go. Got that mixed up there. But yeah. I was like looking at it from bottom up. And so, yeah. But Terrible Hamster, again, thank you so much for that gifted raid. Or that, I'm so mixed up now, guys. What in the world? Terrible Hamster, thank you for the gifted sub. Gary, thank you for the raid. I said that Gary gifted you the sub, but it was the other way around. All right, so yeah, we just got our first mega structure up, and now we are working on a mega shipyard. So you finished a Distant World 2 campaign, and after we enjoyed some Age of Wonders 4, man, both of those games I need to get. Age of Wonders, I need to try it. I am in the middle of playing some Stellaris and Crusader Kings 3 right now, but Age of Wonders and Distant Worlds 2, I need to give both of those a test drive. All right, so right now what we're currently doing is we are building defensive stations and defensive platforms, like things like that, military ships, armies, all that right now, preparing for a massive attack. And Terrible Hamster, thank you for the hydration there.
Our pioneers have made planet fall.
Yes, we actually absolutely should hydrate there. And so guys, I had my first ultimate frisbee game. All right, this is a little off topic, but I had my first ultimate frisbee game yesterday, and man, I tried my best to keep up with these kids these days. Man, kids are just built different these days. I'm not gonna lie, man. They're faster, they're taller, they're stronger, but it was some really good exercise. But I gotta say right now though, I'm feeling it in my legs. And so man, I was in an ultimate frisbee last year, and I gotta say I got into shape very fast. And so I'm looking forward to losing some weight, getting some exercise into my weekly life, and just having some fun here. So guys, we've got some unemployment on Dacha 2. We're gonna institute benefits on this world, but holy moly, we got 13 specialist pops that have been unemployed. For what reason? What is going on here? Who are these unemployed pops? All right, so we got robots that are working here. Okay, so I wonder if these are new species that we might have gotten through a migration treaty. So we're gonna jump over here to our species tabs. That's bizarre because where did all those species come from? I don't recall seeing any sort of like migration or anything like that. Okay, so we got these mysterious pops that have appeared on my planet. Let's go ahead and activate one of our 3 relics that we have found so far. And we're gonna go with that Yut Cairo core, once again decreasing ship upkeep. And so outside of that, we're gonna jump back over, and holy moly, that naval cap is well beyond our capacity here, and yet these guys are still equal to me in relative power. That's insane. That's insane. Anything special you do this time, Alpha and Delete? What do you mean? Oh, in this run right now? Pretty much this is just like a kind of like a Commonwealth of Man run, but I changed it to the Commonwealth of Yang. And right now we're just kind of role playing. This is my first Galactic Paragons run, and it's been going on since Galactic Paragons released. We started one day before the official release of Galactic Paragons, and we are still running. We are still going at it, and so we are starting to enter the late game now, and we're just getting ready for some in-game chaos. And so let's double check here, see what we got going on in our shipyards. Actually, we built all the ships that we planned on building. Oh yeah, and I want to see what's going on with this, all these unemployed pops. And so all of a sudden I got unemployed pops everywhere, and I'm pretty sure they're going to jump to another planet. The question is, what world? Did I know that? Oh yeah, as you can see here, we already got a bunch of those pops jumping to another world. And so what, it was like at 20 unemployed pops? Oh, still that one? Yes. Sometimes these campaigns go on for a really long time, and I just keep going. Guys, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, those are usually my routine streaming days. Sometimes Saturdays, usually Sundays as well. Tomorrow though, I have to go to a wedding, and so I'm going to be partaking in that event. But in the meantime though, I'll be looking for ways to update, upgrade, and make this content a little bit better for you guys. And so yeah, tune in for some stuff. I was hoping to get a short shot this week as well. All kinds of plans. It's not about what you can do, it's what you can prove. And so that's our game plan for this weekend, just trying to get some stuff done. But outside of that, nothing going on too much this weekend though. And so other than that, I wanted to declare war on this federation, or on this federation here, which if I change the view mode, all the red is my federation. All this here, this is who I want to crush. But my federation said negative, Ghost Rider. And so, it let me, I just got an alert saying that my council agenda is ready to go. That's weird. Why I got that alert, I'm not sure, but right now, my current launched agenda is the Impenetrable Borders agenda, which I was prepared to go to war, so that's why I activated that. But never mind. It looks like that is not an option for us right now. All we can do is continue expanding upon our border. The Mercenary Enclave comes to us with more resources to contribute to the Empire. I got a new upgrade. To my agenda? Or to, well, what did I get an upgrade to? Was it like another agenda? Oh, it was probably, oh, okay, yeah. So it's the military buildup, because this was the agenda I was looking for at first. By acting decisively, we stand prepared for any threats. And so this just gives me, in particular, what I'm looking for is the ship build cost, the ship energy upkeep. Those are 2 pluses. And that being amplified by 20% is huge. And so imagine having negative 20% ship energy upkeep as a modifier. That's really good. And I'm pretty sure there's another modifier I have somewhere. I can't remember. It did throw me off as well. I do think it reminds me of activating the agendas too. Yeah, I like that because I always remember to check in on it. Sometimes I'll leave those agendas open for a little bit until I'm ready to select those. But yeah, let's grab another construction ship. We're going to bring it back to our inner borders here. Actually, disregard that. We're going to continue building more habitats if I have the alloys for it. And so let's go ahead and see if I can build another mega structure. And there it is. Habitat galore. Another habitat on the way. And so I'm going to jump back to my planets here, and I'm going to select this outliner option, and we're going to switch up the way our planets are set to. And so I want to have my, let me see here. Wow, they got new planet modes, but I'm going to change my planet view here so that it's set to just the planet designation. So there's my planet designation here currently for all of my worlds. And I wanted to change the outliner option so that it shows which worlds. Here, let me see something real quick. There was a way to do this where you could like decide which, oh, here we go, reordering your planets. And so I want this set to planets that have the most pops on the bottom and the least pops on the top. That way it's a little bit easier for me to manage. And so the way I just did that was there's this little bitty like reorder planets icon that's right next to the outliner button at the very top right of your user interface. And you can change the way you want to order your worlds. And so for me, I like to go to the worlds that have the least amount of pops on it, like planet Rattenberry. And this planet has jobs open on it as well. Now I do see that on this world there is some crime that is starting to go up, and so we'll go ahead and get a precinct house set up on this world, and we'll upgrade these two buildings that are already set on this planet. And we're just going to work our way from bottom up here. And so some of these new worlds, yes, like this one here, I'm going to imagine has a upgrade available for the habitat, but we don't have the alloys for it just yet. And so we can definitely change that here in a bit. But yeah, looking at some of these smaller habitats here, this one's fully upgraded. Copy that. Yeah, some of these will be going back to and changing some of the buildings on them. But yeah, outside of that though, I now have my outliner just a little bit cleaner for the way that I like to play. We're gonna keep our game going here. And here we got some new tech. What do we have? A energy weapon damage modifier. Excellent. And then in that case, I'm gonna go for more weapon modifying technology. And again, guys, I'm probably gonna be diving through that. I might be kind of repeating myself with some of these technologies here, but in a bit, if I feel like we're starting to get a little bit deeper into the repeatables, then I may or may not just automatically research. Now, one of my worlds here. Oh, okay, so this planet, boom. No time to waste, already has pops on it, ready to go. They're like, yo, we want jobs now. And I'm going to produce those for them. And so we're gonna start with 2 habitation districts. And then I'm probably gonna, oh yeah, so let me see where this one is located. This one's in one of my choke point systems. And so this is going to be designated to mostly armies, all right? So 2 armies and a planetary shield generator for this habitat, and then I'll probably add a unity building, or no, not a unity building, a amenities building. And last but not least, let's find, I think that's about it. I wanted to say a energy grid, but we don't have any generator districts on this habitat, so I may not even be able to build those in the first place. But what if we could maybe squeeze, you know what, I might just add another fortress later on. All right, so we'll come back to that one. I'm pretty sure there should be a second one here. Here's the second habitat that we have colonized. And again, 2 habitation districts and all army stuff here. And as long as we have some, actually, I feel like I could get away with squeezing a leisure district on here. That'll take care of the amenities by itself. And so with just those 2 habitats themselves being created there, by the time we finish building those buildings and those pops are being worked, those planets should first have high amenities, and that should be enough to produce more naval capacity that we could support right now. Now, in the meantime, we're gonna jump back over here to engineering tech, and let's go with the whirlwind missiles. There it is. And so once again, just slowly but steadily increasing all things in our economy. Let's check up on the Whisker Warriors. There it is. I'm going to reach out and see if the Federation will declare war on these guys or no. And that's another thing too. I'm gonna go to the Federation here as well, and I don't like not knowing who's going to vote on what. And so it probably failed again. Yes, it did fail. Let's go to our Federation, and I want to see if we could maybe change a law. And so war declaration, I would like to have it be set to majority vote, but it looks like the Federation wants it to be unanimous. There's no laws here that any of these members want to change. I do wish I had some favors here. Let's go to the Galactic community. So right now the Senate is on the floor to repeal minor military sanctions. I'm supporting that. Look, this is just kind of like a time waster in the Galactic community. This gives me time to slowly creep up and increase my diplo weight even further. Let's go back and reach out to the Course Swarm, and let's say hello. I would like to make a trade deal with you guys. And so a lot of these trades, guys, right now I've been going for all of those alloys, and just to keep on building more and more ships here. And so just depending on these trades to hold our empire down, we'll stop there, and let's see how many special resources I have at the moment. Okay, so the special resources are starting to go up a little bit. we'll go ahead and sell a handful of these. There we go. And that should be more than enough there. Drain some of our resources a little bit, get those back on the market. But at the same time, we are still good. Here we have another base, another one. And this one is in a choke point as well. And so it's good to see these habitats are starting to build up now. And again, another fortress station here. And we'll come back to this one once those buildings are full. Now, I'm queuing up a lot of buildings on these stations. In the early game, I probably would not recommend doing that, especially if your pops do take a while to grow. But in this case here, I'm in the late game, so I got pops all over the place. Oh, and guys, we got to take a moment of silence. We got a leader that's dead. Death of a great leader. Another one. No! So this was my renowned paragon, my legendary scientist. Kietes has died at the age of 183. And this was while he was in service to our empire. Man, he was one of the coolest leaders we've had in this run. The people clamor for a memorial service to honor this leader's contribution to the Commonwealth of Yang. A great event will give everyone closure and bolster our ideals. Yes, big rips in the chat, guys. But give it up for Kietes. Yo, he served for a long time. We found this character on a planet in his cryostasis chamber. We released him. He learned the ways of the Commonwealth of Yang. He supported this empire for a long time, and it is going to suck seeing him dead because he had a lot of traits here. But yeah, we're going to keep it traditional here, and we're just going to have like a resolution or a funeral so that everyone can see it. All right, so yeah. He's dead. And we get plus 15% unity and plus 5 stability for 5 years. And so let's go back to our council here, and we're gonna have to replace him. And let's look for another scientist. And so here I have 3 recruitable scientists. But man, imagine having a robot scientist. Oh, all these traits look kind of cool. All right, so I'm going to go for a robot. I'm going to hire it, and boom, we got our first robot on the council. This could be scary. This could be very scary. And so right now he's commanding the science ship that's in my home system. Or is he? No, he's not. There we go. So he's our new head of research, and I'll have him go ahead and assist in researching our home world. And so Kietes is gone. Yo, Kietes was my leader right there. He wasn't the leader of my empire, but man, he was a good leader, a very good leader. And so we're gonna have to hold off on building another habitat here because I do not have enough unity for it, but I should have enough alloys right now. Let's head over to, am I building? Yeah, I am building I thought I was building one. Let me double check here. So yes, I am building a mega shipyard right now. Let's go to our edicts. Oh, that's right. I didn't select the mega engineering ascension perk. So never mind. I thought I had excuse me, guys. I thought I had a mega engineering edict available, but I do not. And so we'll have to wait. But let's go back to our habitats and our planets here because I want to make sure pops. Yes, we still have unemployment on these planets or these habitats. That is great because as soon as these jobs fill up, they're going to be pops on my worlds. So we got 2 technologies available here, and it looks like we have a society starting with. We're gonna go with the cell revitalization tier 2, increasing my leader lifespan by 5 years. And for engineering technology, let's jump back to, let's increase the fire rate. We'll be able to attack faster and more frequently in battles. The habitats here though, let's see what's going on. I think the first wave, nope. Oh yeah, so we do have our habitation districts filled up already. There's actually no jobs for it yet. Right now we just have a politician job. But we have plenty of housing, just some slight unemployment, which is okay for now. I think 2 we can get by with, and with these jobs getting ready to, oh yeah, by the time here, we're gonna look at what one stronghold is going to do. So right now I'm about 49 over my naval capacity. Okay, cool. So that moved it up a little bit, but as these continue to grow on my planets and are being built, they will begin to fill in. And so since one of my habitats has low stability, we're going to switch the priority of our district here, and we're going to move the leisure district up. Same thing on this habitat as well. We're going to move the holo theater up instead. That way we can get these pops working quickly. And I got to remember, like, I have a lot of other planets that do have unemployment and pops growing with little jobs on those worlds too. And so it's going to be crucial here that we make sure pops are being taken care of, because we'll have a lot of them here. And so we are closer to repealing the minor military sanctions. We have less than a month to go until that is complete. We still have lots to do here. So let me check up on the volatile moats. And right now we have 2 volatile moats. I'll go ahead and upgrade 2 fortresses on this habitat. Oh, and our home world is now a Gaia world. Look at that. And so I believe this is going to make my pops, I don't know if it made them happier or not, but that's wonderful. Our home world has been cleansed and is now better than ever before. All right, and so just keeping an eye on these stations here, and up, we're about nearly halfway to the point where we need to get to be over naval capacity again. And so that's kind of like a top priority for me right now, making sure that is under control. And outside of that, the Whisker Warriors, man, I love to see it, that inferior power. Let me check all of these guys. Yeah, they're all inferior. So I want to reach out to the Whiskers, and I want to see, yo, you want to be subjugated? They say negative. There's no way we could make that happen. It's negative 1,000 plus that they're not going to have it, or negative 1,000 and below. So these guys, let's see, what do you guys look like? Yeah, I think the fact that they're in the Federation right now, they're just like, yeah, we don't know so much about that. Same thing there. And so all of them are saying no. The Batoxians, they're still superior to us in relative power to each category. All right, so we got maxed out energy credits. You know what? Haven't reached out to the Caravan Coalition in a while, and we're gonna go ahead and say hello. And so let's go ahead and open a reliquary. Actually, let's do something else here. Oh yeah, let's open a reliquary. So here we go. Wish me luck. Hopefully we get the Galutron, and instead we get nothing. It was a bomb and we defused it. All right, so I'm gonna play about maybe 2 slots here. We get nothing from the first one, nothing from the second. Come on, you got to give me something. Okay, we got 500 caravan coins, and so ending transmission there. We got scammed. We got slightly scammed by the Colvan, or the Caravan Coalition, the Colavan. I like that. All right, so outside of that, though, we are regaining some stability on my habitat here. And let's queue up once again. This one leisure district normally is enough to get those amenities quite high on my planets. Now here is my planet that is a relic world. Again, the low amenities, I can't stand to see it. I want happy pops. Happy pops produce more resources, and they're less problematic. And so I'm gonna try to keep it that way. But outside of that, like I said before, guys, everything is looking pretty solid.
Science Division reports.
Oh, this is such a good song. Here, what is this? This is the Towards Utopia song. This is a cat jam right now. Okay, and so we got lots of physics technology available here, and I got plenty of energy credits right now. Plenty. Let's go for the focusing arrays, and that increases energy weapon damage right there. I'm going to continue to buy just handfuls of alloys with all of the energy credits we are producing right now at the moment. Let's jump back over here to my ship, my construction ship. Let's see if we can finally build that habitat we've been trying to get to work on. And so again, guys, I can only build 1 megastructure at a time. Habitats, however, you can build multiple of those, that at least so that we've seen so far. And so this world should be okay for a little bit. All right, yeah, we got this. All right, yo, so we got 15 days to go until this Nexus district is complete. Right now, the amenities on this world are at 1, and oh no, sleepers awake. It begins as a subtle shift in the life and behavior. The Lyfin are a fallen empire. Scatter reports of their ships, once rarely seen outside their own space, now being spotted in remote systems all across the galaxy. Highly advanced scouting vessels visiting ancient ruin worlds, refusing all hails and fleeing when attacked. Uh-oh, so this sounds bad. Says their purpose and mission unknown until now. We now know that the Lyfin are recovering the databanks of survey beacons and automated scouting posts left behind when they retreated to their present borders. Gathering information from their return to the galactic stage. The Lyfin space fleets are gathering armies and are being mustered, and ancient factories are roaring to life. For the first time in an age, the Lyfin peacekeepers are looking outward beyond their borders and towards the galaxy at large. As their decaying shipyards are repaired and refitted, and the doormat systems of Titan foundries come online, the rest of the galaxy is left with only one question. Who will this once sleeping giant target first in their quest to reclaim age-old glory lost? Sleepers have awakened. And so let's see here. We got two options here. We could say giants in the playground or decrepit fools. And I like that one. They're fools. Space just got. The time of troubles begin. It does. This is what I like the most, though. And so here is the Lyfin Forerunners, and they're right next to one of our... I'm not going to say they're right... Yo! Guys! Look at that relative power right there. That's a conquerable species. All right, that is a very conquerable species. Their economy is not even on our level right now. Here I was thinking they were going to be problems for us. No. Where's the end game? No end game crisis yet. The end game is getting near, though. We have the fallen... so this purple border right here, this is a fallen empire that has just awakened. They woke up and they're looking to just cause all kinds of problems. Space just got hot. Oh, I mean, got sounds just about right. But yes, space just got very hot. And with them spawning in, I am glad I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Guys, we're building habitats, fortified habitats in my systems along the border here. Oh, and I got the Federation fleet with me? Who's president right now? Hold up. Where's that resolution we were voting at? Oh, it did pass. So let's check our Diplo weight once again, and we dropped a little bit. Or actually, we didn't drop, just another empire has increased their Diplo weight a little bit faster than us right now. Interesting. The sooner we can conquer, the better. Right now, all this buildup, it's been nice, but I'm just itching for some action. And so speaking of action, yo, we got the chance to either go back to Harmony here, or we could jump to a new tradition. All right, so I'm kind of checking out some of these newer traditions here. The aptitude. This one says that if we unlock this thing, it decreases leader upkeep. Leaders will be living longer. They'll have traits that increase their experience gain. Leaders' experience gain, depending on what category they're in, will increase. Oh, aptitude. It's going to be aptitude. It has to be. I'm scoping around here. I don't have the option for any of the bottom ones right now. I don't have the option for cybernetics, genetics, psionics, or synthetics. Oh yes, there have been some more traditions that have been added since. Well, wait, I don't know when you last played, but was it Nemesis you said? I think I remember you saying something about Nemesis or something, but yeah, there's a couple of more. But the new ones are statecraft and aptitude. And I think aptitude, let me see what statecraft is all about. So these have a lot to do with council agendas, which I might save for another run. Aptitude I gotta go for though. I gotta give this one a shot. Now it's hurt me to leave the diplomacy behind. But man, diplomacy seems really good too. We're gonna try aptitude out just because we have not tried this one out before, and this is a yo. I got Stellaris again. Well, again, what? How did you get it again? But welcome to the stream, peace and love. Yes, we are in the middle of selecting a new and probably our last tradition here, and we're selecting the aptitude tradition. And so this says that when we unlock this, we'll get the leadership conditioning agenda. Oh, a refund? Nice. What? You refunded Stellaris? How? Well, hopefully you enjoy it this time around. There's a lot going on in the game. There are lots of DLCs and things like that, but if you don't have any of the DLCs, do not worry, because the game is still just as fun base game. All right. Oh man, no worries at all, man. I completely understand. I'm just glad you're able to get your hands on such a, what I believe to be a very fun game. And so hopefully you enjoy and you have a long weekend of plenty of Stellaris adventures ahead of you. And so yeah, here it says that our empire can truly prosper under the guidance of strong leaders. And so when we adopt this again, we get that leadership conditioning agenda, and our leaders are now negative 25% upkept as a modifier.
Ding, ding, ding.
And so, yo, Terrible Hamster, back at it again with another gifted sub. Thank you for gifting that to Peace and Love _1. I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. And Terrible Hamster, hopefully you're having a wonderful weekend as well. Waiting on a Paradox sale in Steam. I have over like $100 US worth of DLCs to get. There's a lot. I will say that there's a lot. This game right now that I'm playing has all of the DLC in it. Yeah, after watching like 2 hours of tutorials. So yes, you can do that. That's what I did at first. I watched a couple of tutorials. Montu has a tier list of DLCs if you're interested. That is true too. But yeah, with the tutorials, I just recommend hopping on YouTube. Whoever you see that interests you, jump on it. I believe some of the top tier content creators for tutorial guides have to go to Aspec and Montu Plays right now. Those are the top two that I can think of off my head, but I'm sure there are plenty of other really good content creators out there that make tutorials for this game as well. And that's the cool thing about it. You can learn some things from smaller creators as well. I'm 1000% down for supporting the smaller creators. I'm one myself. Sir Gideon, I just got used to a few trial runs to get used to Stellaris and EU4. Nice. Yeah, with a lot of Paradox games, you just gotta learn through trial and error here. And so let's take a look at this new agenda we got. Let's see here. Inner stability. Okay, so that one we've seen before. Here it is. And so it says all of our leaders spend willingly or not considerable time and effort on introspection and behavioral retraining. And that sounds good. That sounds very good. Lots of losses along the way, but it was fun. Yeah, and see, this is one of those games where, like, you know, you want to win. You do want to win. Oh, so the Federation opened their borders to us. Nice. What's the deal? Oh, they're arrogant towards us. All right. But yeah, I've lost a lot of runs in my games. I've set up campaigns that I was expecting to go on for weeks that have only lasted for like 2 runs, even 1 run sometimes. Probably one of my funniest ones was I was role playing as Thanos, and that run lasted like 3 streams, and I'm like, damn, I'm supposed to be the crisis, and I got swept away by another crisis. All right, so once again, a mega structure has been made from another empire, which is fun and dandy. Let's head back over to our planets here, in this case our habitats in particular. And yeah, we got plenty of soldier jobs, I'm going to imagine, that are still ready to be filled up on these habitats, and so that as well. And yeah, right now we have low amenities, but all that matters is that we have jobs on these planets. And so since there is some crime on these habitats, is what I meant to say before. How do you build an army? Well, I don't know what it looks like on base game, but in my game right now, the way that you would build an army is you would go to your shipyards. And so over here on the top right, you have shipyards. You would go here, you click on that, and then boom, there's Army Builder on the bottom left tab that pops out. Now, all of these are different types of armies. And so you have your human armies, you have farming armies, you have clone armies. You can have all these different types of armies. It depends on a number of different things, like the way you set up your empire in the beginning of the game. There are situations, there are other species that you can get from other planets. If you decide to invade them, you'll have armies from their worlds, all kinds of different ways to get different species as armies. They all have different modifiers, but without going too deep into that, pretty much you'll be able to select your armies here. Holy moly, guys. Zoe, thank you for the raid. And before we get to Zoe, hang on for a second. We got a new follower here. We got Sholel. I think that's how you say it. Shawel, thank you for the follow. I now grant you the status of Alpha, the energy of Yang, and the ability to delete all elites. Thank you for the follow, and welcome to the Stellaris stream. Another one? Holy moly. Okay, I think that's the same one. I was like, holy cow, it's getting crazy here. But Zoe, thank you for the raid, and everyone from Zoe Monroe stream, welcome. Zoe, were you playing some No Man's Sky today? Hopefully you had a wonderful stream, and hopefully you're having an even better weekend. Thank you for bringing your community by. I'm Alpha Yang Delete. I'm doing this. I'm playing some Stellaris right now. And so I play a lot of Stellaris. I do role play streams. I put together these grand campaigns. You can follow up on some of the details on this link here. I update my streams after every run. And yeah, we just have a lot of fun strategizing and failing at those strategies and sometimes succeeding. And so, yeah, wait, what? Zoe, you were playing Crusader Kings. I gotta watch the VOD on this, all right? And anyone that was in my stream before Zoe's raid, or if you're watching this on YouTube right now, check out Zoe Moreau. Really cool streamer. Wonderful. Puts a smile on my face every time I go to her streams. And so, how did you like Crusader King, Zoe? Because after Stellaris, I gotta say, CK3 is like that next game for me that I really like. That's what you said, Wanderer. Yo, CK3 is my jam, especially with the tours and tournament stuff coming out. Man, that whole update's just been really nice. Oh, Shoal, there we go. Sholel, there we go. Came over with Gary, but I have also seen you around Old Man Mordeus. Yes. Oh, speaking of Old Man Mordeus, that is fam to Zoe Monroe, and so yeah, Old Man Mordeus' name it's definitely been in this chat multiple times. Awesome streamers and content creators. Mordeus, I look up to him as a creator. He inspires me to get a little bit better at just being a better storyteller. And so Old Man Mordeus, if I could shout him out right now, I totally would. But guys, thank you so much for stopping by today. CK2 and 3, a lot of dark deeds were done. Oh yes, and still to this day. But yeah, check out Zoe for sure. Guys, right now I was just showing, someone was asking, Peace and Love was asking about the armies. And so, all right, shipyards up above. My finger gets cut off before you can get to it, but right here, Peace and Love, you go to your shipyards, army builder, boom, you can do that way. There's another way too. If you go over here to the left side, you can go over to your fleet management. Actually, I disregard that. No, don't even worry about that. Just go to the shipyards. Shipyard it, army builder, bam, right there. That's it. I wanted to say you could do it from your planets or your habitats. Oh, here it is. So, all right, here's another thing. If you go to your planets, let's see, we'll find here is a Gaia world. You can go to your army tab here as well, and you can just click this recruit button. Now, the difference between this recruiting and doing the one from the starbase is that when you recruit this way, now I might be wrong on this one, but I'm pretty sure you'll only be able to recruit the pops that are currently living on this planet. And depending on how many pops live on the planet, that'll impact how many armies you can recruit from this world. And so, yeah, those are the two main ways that you can pretty much build up your armies. Now, another cool thing to look into is if you want to maybe make your army stronger or add traits to a species, you can maybe grow a type of species or maybe abduct a type of species that has really strong traits. And then you could pretty much, breed them in a way that they will be strong. And that strong modifier will impact your army's damage. And so there's, like, Stellaris, the cool thing about this thing is, like, you can set up these strategies and then just stack them on top of things or find things to stack on top of them. And so let's say, I mentioned, you could change the genetic traits of your species to make them stronger warriors. You could do that. Plus you could have, in this case now with Galactic Paragons, your leaders, you could select leaders that have military bonuses, or actually it would be generals. And so if we go up here to the top, there's this leader capacity icon. If you click on that, it's going to open up a bunch of different tabs here. And if you go to your generals, you'll see here that we have 3 recruitable leaders, right? And so here it would show you like, all right, this general has a army effect, increasing army damage. Here is another leader that has a infiltration speed modifier. Or no, this is the same leader, but yeah, each of these leaders have different traits impacting different things. In order to build space fleets, same thing, you can go back to your shipyard. So back over here on the right side of the outliner, go to your shipyard. You can build any kind of ship. So here are your ships here. You just click on them. If you have the resources for it, you can build it. If not, they'll be kind of like grayed out like this or something, or you'll need a requirement for that. But another way that I would recommend getting used to is the fleet management way. Now, I think my fleet management's kind of broken in this run. I think it's been, I don't know if it's bugged or something like that, but it's just looking a little iffy right now. But here you can go in and so on the left side, these are all the fleets that I currently have. And right now I can only build a group of ships with like a 190 ship size. And so each time you build a ship, it takes up the size. A Corvette is usually worth about 1 ship size. A Titan ship can go all the way up to like 8 or 10, I believe. I don't know what the maximum ship size is, but each and every different type of ship you build adds ship size to your naval capacity. And so that's going to be this very far icon on the top right. And right now that's in the red because I'm over my naval capacity. And so I have more ships in my fleet than I can maintain right now effectively. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to start getting some negative modifiers. My empire size in this case is increasing. Oh, guys, sorry, my camera's dead right now. I got to let it warm for a bit. So I'm going to stream without it for just a few minutes and we'll get it back on in a moment. But yeah, this just makes it a little bit easier. So back over here on the left side, these are all the current fleets I have. Down here, these are all the ships that I have in this top fleet right now. And so you can change that by decreasing the amount of specific ships you want in that fleet, or you can add more ships. It's all up to you. And so that's kind of the general summary of fleets and armies. But yeah, I would highly recommend, there's other content creators out there that can explain that a little bit better than I can. And so yeah, guys, here we have our first robot leader, and he has some traits. The charismatic one, gotta go for this one. This decreases edict upkeep and edict funds. So we'll activate that. Do a neat space battle. I actually can't do any battling just yet. If I had a pirate that would spawn in my empire, I would totally show that off, but they would just get annihilated. Right now, I have a federation that I'm trying to go to war with, and I'm trying to get my other federation members to join in on this. And so right now, we can send an insult to the battle cats, and we'll say, hey, you smell like kitty litter, and see how they respond to it. And oh yeah,
Science Division reports
that made our relationship terrible, or even worse than what it already was. And so that changed their opinion of us by -200 for this month. And I say excellent, that was intended. And so here the Enclave is returned with, this time, 1,000 technology points in each category and 1,000 energy credits. Excellent. On top of that, we got some new technology to research here. And so starting with society, and as always, I gotta go for that naval capacity. We'll get that squared away. And then for my engineering technology, let's just keep dumping points into defensive platform hull points. We want to be able to defend our borders. And what I'm doing right now, and so guys, if you're just now joining me from Zoe Monroe's stream, here is my border, the Commonwealth of Yang right here. Everything that's in this red border right now is under my control pretty much. Inside, we have some border gore. This was the battle cats doing. They declared war on us and they took one of my planets in this system and this one here. And so that's why their little icon is in and around my borders. We're trying to get that back plus more. And so I want to conquer majority of these systems in this area right now. And it might be a little hard to see my cursor. I'm sorry if everything's a little bit smaller. I know some people watch my stream on phones, but I'll do my best to explain everything as we go along. And so currently we've, in this run so far, built a science nexus, and I see that we have the mega shipyard up. So this is the first form of a mega shipyard here. We're gonna go ahead and start the second stage of this, And in doing so, it's going to, I believe, increase build speed of construction ships by 33%. And I think it adds 5. I'm not sure what that other icon is, but it does things. And so we'll get to work right away. These mega structures do take time to complete. And the sooner we can get that created, the better. That'll allow me to build 20 battleships at a time. And we're going to spend a little bit of energy credits here on some alloys. Now, outside of that, we're going to head back to the border over here on the right side. I'm going to jump to my defenses. And we're going to queue up some more defensive platforms. We're going to add about 3 to each of these here. And again, we are... Oh, I can't add any more to that one. We're going to be making sure that we are as fortified as humanly possible, all right? Because the last time we were at war, while we didn't lose it, we saw a lot of weaknesses. We saw that the enemy was using this gateway system right here. And what a gateway is pretty much like, think of it as like a door that opens to another side of the galaxy. So in this case, this gateway will take us from here all the way over here. And so any ships that travel through this gateway can travel from this side of the galaxy all the way up here to the top. And so that was just causing me some problems. It was making them more of a nuance than anything and making it more of a challenge for me to track down their ships. And so this time around, they're going to have to travel through some heavy defenses in order to play that guerrilla warfare style of gaming. And so going back to our habitats here, what I've been doing is on top of increasing defensive platforms, I've been adding habitats to the stations that have those defensive bases in it. That way we're just amplifying the defenses in these systems here. And so the more armies that we have, the longer it is going to take for them to first invade the planet, second, to take the system and the planet as well. And so just turning up the defenses times 10. Here we have a mega structure that is being made. And so I'm going to bring my construction ship back over into this system. And what I like to do as well is I'd like to build these habitats as close to the star base in the middle as possible. So mostly our army battles, not space. Army battles are on planets. They take place on worlds. And so you have to be careful though, because they can get attacked by fleets in space, and they usually tend to not do well in those situations. But you want to make sure that your ships are, if you're in battle, keep your ships close to your fleets, plan properly, build way more armies than you need, especially if, like, all right, for instance, here's a proper way to go about conquering a world. First things first, you want to destroy the star base in that system. Second, when you conquer the planet, you want to start by sending your fleets in orbit of the invading world that you plan to take over. Then you can set your bombardment stance, bombard the planet from space, and now there's a new option where you can bombard a species to surrender. Here, guys, we have a new habitat that is up, and right away we are colonizing it with one of our extremely talented lithoid species here. And this is going to be another stronghold system, or a stronghold base. But yeah, you can bombard the planet into submission. If they don't submit, you can bombard the planet, weaken the armies, and then send your armies in to attack a weakened army in those systems. And so yeah, it's usually a good idea to try to weaken those armies before you invade them, because if not, do not underestimate the AI or just a player's army, because they will be able to defend themselves if they have enough defenses. All right, so outside of that, I'm just looking to see if there's any more megastructures that I can build. But right now, guys, the Commonwealth of Man, it's thriving, it's aliving. Here we are still in 5th place. Let's check out the Galactic community, see what's going on here. And right now it looks like we are currently voting on comforting the fallen. And so I don't care too much for this resolution. And oh, if I vote against it, that is going to put us neck and neck in this resolution. The one thing I will say that I like about the Galactic community is how close some of these resolutions can be. But yeah, we're saying no to this negative Ghost Rider. Oh, and if this is the case where everyone does end up supporting it, which it looks like it has way more support than will we even have a chance to go against, I'll just support it, because we have the politics tradition tree, and every time we support a resolution, first, we get a favor. Second, if the resolution is not ours, we gain diplomatic weight. And for every resolution that is passed that we do not support, we get diplomatic weight from that. And so Yeah, that comes from some of our traditions here. On the other side, though, we just want to make sure. Oh, we got some low stability. Let's see here. What is happening on this world? So right now, it looks like this planet does not have enough pops on it. This is planet Nexon. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna jump to the slave market, and here we have robots. We're gonna purchase some robots and use them as workers on that habitat. Now, I have a lot of planets. I have a lot of habitats here. Let's scroll all the way, and here it is, the Nexon orbital habitat. This said that it had no jobs on it. We're gonna add them anyway, just so that they can get to work on that habitat. And so there it is. Now we have all the soldier jobs we need. We still got some room to go with the naval cap to increase that. Let's hop over to another one of our habitats. Here, this one, we could use some more pops. This is Habitat Sown. Habitat Sown. And so we just gotta wait for some pops to get on the market to buy them. And we'll be able to get our hands on those and put them to work right away. All right, so the Battle Cats have returned an insult to us. I have Stellaris, but I haven't invested in any of the expansions yet, and you don't have to. Do not feel like I wouldn't feel like you're being left out. There are some really fun expansions, but like I said before, and I said this to Peace and Love, and I say this to literally everybody that I talk to about this game, for about, I want to say the first 3 years that I played Stellaris, I just played base game. It's fun stuff. And so just enjoy the base game, and when you feel like, or if you can't afford it, or yeah, whatever, just check them out. They're all good stuff. Guys, Guardians of the Galaxy. We have a situation here. The emergence of a threat on the galactic level has not gone unnoticed, even among the normally aloof elder empires. There we go. Despite having taken little interest in galactic affairs previously, news of this new horror prompted a flurry of activity in the Life and Empire. That's the Fallen Empire that just awakened a couple of years ago. So at first, it was just a few scouting vessels, perhaps sent to verify the graveness of the situation, but then reports began to come in of Life and war fleets mustering on their borders, readying their defenses for the oncoming storm. Now the Life and Peacekeepers have fully emerged from their self-imposed isolation and take to a leading role in the defense of a whole galaxy. They have proclaimed themselves leaders of the Galactic Defensive League and extended an invite to all lesser species to put aside their feuds and join them in repelling this menace for the sake of all sapient life in the galaxy. Yeah, I'm hit and miss with multiplayer. I'm more of a PvE multiplayer rather than a PvP. And yeah, that's one issue I've had as well. Shaul. Scheduling is indeed a headache and a half. And so, guys, we got the Guardians of the Galaxy here. We're gonna say we do not need them for now, unless they decide to attack us. But yeah, they got fleets all around. I think we have more numbers than they do. And so we are not too concerned about an awakened fallen empire just yet, but I'm curious to see how this is all going to turn out. And oh, okay, so their fleet power is now superior to us. Okay. And so that's a little worrisome, but I feel like in the grand scheme of things, I don't know if they can compete with the whole galaxy right now. And so one of our admirals here has gained a negative trait. That's unfortunate. Let's see, is this planet being colonized yet? Oh yeah, so it already has a planned colony.
Pioneers have made planetfall.
What else can we do? So we are still a little low on influence, but I want to say we're not low enough to where we can't build a habitat. And there it is. We got more defensive hull, modifying to our ships here. And next up, let's just unlock this kinetic artillery weapon here. That's going to take me about 11 months. We'll get that squared away. And holy moly, guys, it is trade time. Let's reach out to an empire and see if we can make some trades. And so I'm going to go ahead here and offer a trade deal. I know these guys like those consumer goods. This is a kind of like a hive species. And so I want all the alloys. And in return, you guys can have some of the consumer goods, which, oh, they don't care about consumer goods anymore. And guys, we got a Cumanopolis planet here. All right, so hold up. Let's see if we can make this deal work really quick. What do you guys want? That's the question. Because right now they don't want any basic resources. Ooh, maybe they'll want some special resources. Let's see how much they'll take rare crystals for. Okay. So they'll take a handful of those. There we go. So I'll give them a favorable trade. Now, let's jump over here to the Ecumenopolis world. Here it is. Planets, Stellaris. Wow. Look at all those districts. We have 54 housing on this planet, but we have a lot of unemployed pops right now, which will change in a bit. It says here, for untold generations, the cold and empty ruins of Stellaris have stood dormant as quiet symbols of a golden age that came to an abrupt end eons ago. No longer. The planet-wide city has at last been reborn, and those who dilapidated ruins were once more alive than activity, or with activity. Where possible, existing buildings and infrastructure have now been repaired and repurposed. Where the damage was too great, the rubble and ruins have been cleared away to allow for new construction. And so here it is. We've turned a relic world into an Ecumenopolis, and this is huge. And so we did lose a lot of food from this planet, which I'm going to imagine. Oh, no, it was our minerals. And so copy that. Now, we're definitely going to have to jump to something. All right, and so let me slow down on selling some of the food here because, yeah, this Ecumenopolis, this is a big change for our species. Okay, and so let's see what we can build. We can build, looks like right now I have 3 factory arcologies and 3 foundry arcologies. Now, woo-wee, we are producing 432 alloys from this. I'm going to replace one of these factory arcologies with a foundry arcology. But on top of that, before we do that though, we're going to build some more of these if I can. Oh, I need volatile motes, which should not be a problem at all. There we go. Jeez Louise. Actually, we'll probably get a leisure arcology on here. But man, we could increase, look at this. I could make this a bureaucratic place. Man, there are just so many different routes I could go, but I think alloys is going to be a must. And so we'll go ahead and get started on that. Now, I'm going to need to find a planet that actually probably has minerals or a mining world. And I don't know if I have many mining worlds around. Let's do a quick skim through these and see if we can find... this world has no crime on it. Oh, but it does have a mining building already. That's what I was checking for. All right, so mining worlds. We gotta find you. Any mining districts, anything like that will help out a tremendous amount. If not, I might just have to buy minerals off the market for my stations here. I'm not sure if I can build those here. Yeah, I can't build those mineral buildings on mining stations. And so outside of all the worlds I'm seeing right now, a lot of them don't have... This is Dacha 2. Yeah, we'll replace this with a mining building. That should help us out a little bit, but it's not going to get us out of this negative deficit that we've gotten ourselves into. And this is a good thing. This is a good thing to look at if you're ever deciding to change your planets. Just be aware of the impacts that it can have on your economy. And so here's one. This has tons of amenities on it. And so we'll replace one of those hollow theaters now, again, with a mineral purification plant. Okay, and so outside of that, I may go ahead and buy some minerals off the market. We'll see how much energy credits that is going to cost me if I buy about 120 per month. Here we just got some alloys that I completely forgot I was trading for. We got some naval capacity through technology as well, and all things are on go right now in this empire. We are getting all kinds of unlocks, trades being accepted, so on and so forth. Here I'm going to sell a bundle of food, and there we go. Try decreasing consumer good production. So what I'm doing right now is I'm changing the consumer good production into alloy production. I'd rather have more alloys than consumer goods. I just terraformed, or not terraform, I changed one of my relic worlds into an Ecumenopolis, and so That had some huge impacts on my planet, or on my economy there. And we'll come back to these in a moment and see what they're looking like. But yeah, that world has a lot to look at. So here we have a rare crystal shortage. All right, and that should solve that situation for now. Here again, my minerals taking a slight hit. And man, I'm itching for battle so badly right now. Like, we have this conquerable federation. If we can conquer them, we can just end this. Please vote yes. And somehow they're superior to us.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
So once again, that has failed. And that's going to cause some slight decrease in cohesion, but we're still in the same level here. Level 3. We are also waiting to see who is our new president, or when we'll have a new president. And so in about 7 more years, we're going to have our succession term. It's going to be a new Federation president. Okay. Radio Wave, are you excited for some galactic beef? Is that what it is? And so right now, yeah, literally nobody's supporting this battle against them. In that case, let's go ahead and go with the extraction patterns. Tier 3 here, increasing mineral jobs by 5%. We've seen that a few times, and we're going to select that again. Yo! Sir Gideon, thank you for the 100 bits again. All my 4X games need to be an economics major and understand how market forces will affect my state's national policies. Yes. Yes. Radio Wave says yes, but also trying to vote year. Or vote yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. I wish. Oh, you're talking about the... is your Empire Radio the Tim Curry Space Exodus? I can't remember if you made a custom Empire or not, but if it is them, they're still in this run. They're all the way over here, and while they're a shadow of what they once were. They used to be a crazy powerful empire, and I think they had a couple of wars in their early game that slowed them down. But with the Commonwealth of Yang here on my homeworld, looks like we moved some of these. Oh, this is Dacha 2. What? No. All right, so our empire has been shaken by the discovery that the Car Swarm, which is one of our federated ally members, are building a Dyson Sphere, a central star in one of the most beloved constellations, the One-Eyed Wanderer, completely blocking its light. Now, the Wanderer, with her single eye, has watched over our kind since the beginning of time, and legend has it that she guides not only our fleets, but the stars themselves in their journey across the sky. Now, the Swarm, in their blatant ignorance, have built a sphere around her eye, blinding her. Though it will take many years before we can tell a difference from here, our people are crushed that she will no longer be able to watch over future generations. Dang, and so that sucks. Though it will take many years before... Oh, yeah. So, let's see. We could say we deserve a formal apology, which, negative. And I'm going to donate 1,000 credits to that group. And so, yeah. Today, the hive mind of the Core Swarm met the Grand Marshal Mavel in person to issue a formal apology to our empire for blinding the One-Eye Wanderer. Though the apology seems sincere, they refused to give us due compensation, claiming they did not have the energy to spare. And I'm just going to say we did our best, because right now I'm not trying to piss off a much more superior empire. And I think I forgot to support that resolution. But a resolution has been passed. The Comfort the Fallen. Lame. That is a super lame resolution right there to pass. I'm not with that. And so now, oh my goodness. The Batoxians have issued an emergency measure here. I'm just going to support it for the favors. Just supporting it for favors. The more favors I can get, the better. All right, so someone wanted to see some space action right now. This is the best you're going to get right now. A pirate fleet losing to one of my defensive platforms. Actually, I don't even think I have 2 defensive platforms up on this. Good luck with that. And we have a leader that's leveled up as well. Oh, and this is a veteran level. So here we got 3 levels. We have Pioneer, Industrialist, and Visionary. And I got to go for the Industrialist. If he is governing a planet, which he is, I'm not sure what planet in particular, but he gets a planet effect, increasing resources from jobs and decreasing pop amenity usage. Now, let's locate this. Oh, he's on the Ecumenopolis world, so that's going to be huge. Absolutely huge here. And see, the pirates are now destroyed. Say goodbye. Not even worth looking at that battle at all. And so just to hover back here, we're going to go ahead and, let's see here, make sure that all of these planets do have their jobs being filled up. Let's go back to the market as well. Oh my goodness, look at all those robots. Robots galore right here. And so Sown, we need about maybe 2 more pops, fill in that robot or that soldier job. And so let's head over to Sown here. Boom. 2 pops added to that world. Now, Multi-Nuix, this has 1 soldier job available. We'll add a pop here, a robot. Nexion, what's going on here? So we have all the soldier jobs filled up. In this case, yes. Look at that naval cap. One ship over naval capacity right now. And so let's go ahead and build more of these. Another stronghold on the way, and I'm going to build another habitation district as well. Same thing on a lot of these. Open up those building slots so that we can upgrade these planets or these habitats later on, make their size a little bit bigger so that we can add more jobs and get more resources. More of everything is pretty much the goal right now. And so those are our new habitats here. I think this one can be upgraded. Let's just double check. And it looks like negative. We have a tradition. So here we're going to be diving into the aptitude tradition tree. First time we've dived into this tradition before, and excuse me, we could add another leader and increase our leader pool size by 1. And so let's go ahead and do that right now. And right away, I'm going to jump over here and see if, let's go to our planets, preferably some of the bigger worlds. And here we have Dacha 2. So this planet has 86 pops. Wow, this Dacha 2 has more pops than my homeworld does. And notice we got those minerals out of the negative there. Economy slightly fixed. Could be better. We got some work still to do. And so Dacha 2 here, let's go ahead and take a look at this. We're going to go ahead and recruit another governor. And since this world does have low jobs here but high amenities, let's look for something that complements this world. And so right away I'm seeing that we have a couple of scientific buildings here. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of pick and see who's going to be a good option. You know what, since we need more minerals, we're gonna go with Concita Conti. And there we go, a new governor for another planet. Keep these planets nice and well governed. And so here we have another fortified station that we are going to turn this habitat into. And right away, I am building districts. We are building a little bit of everything. We'll get a holo theater on here as well. It's going to start off with a lot of entertainment, but later on down the line, we are going to be all about business on this habitat. And so again, this is going to be one of my defensive stations. Well defended. Now the Whisker Warriors, what's happening? These guys are back on equal terms with us, which is blasphemy. How they're able to do that, I'm not sure. They should not be on equal terms, but look at that. We are now over naval capacity. All resources are back on track. Yo. The Fallen Empire over here is awakened. They haven't decided to attack or anything like that just yet. I almost feel like I could just declare war on them and squash them like a bug. We still got a few more years to go until we can change this resolution here, or this federation. Oh, so we have a medium. Yeah, we need to be on high though before we can really get to some of the good laws. A majority vote for war declaration has finally looks like it'll be accepted.
Science Division reports a new breakthrough.
All right, so while we get that going underway, let's go ahead and select energy weapon damage modifiers, and bingo. Now we will all be able to see. Uh-oh, guys, we have detected a very faint tachyon signal being continuously transmitted across the entire galaxy. our technicians are unable to trace the signal to its source, and it's being bounced between several hidden relay stations. This is where the good stuff begins. All right. Aside from aiding a small amount of background noise in FTL transmissions, on certain subspace frequencies, the signal does not seem to have any apparent effect. Efforts to track down the relay stations are underway, but until then, we may simply have to learn to live with this ghost signal. It has been dubbed by the more imaginative elements of galactic media. Monitor that signal for any changes. And here the vote for the Federation law, I believe, has been passed. Yeah, look at all those alloys right now. We are spending those on everything. We need to upgrade everything right away because we have a ghost signal taking place. Let me go to my ships here. We're gonna get a head start. We're gonna start upgrading these two. Boom, 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 boom. They're there. We're gonna head over to my fleet management,
Council agenda.
then ship designer. Let's check our Corvettes here. I want to make sure there is no. Oh, here we go. We have sapient combat computers for the swarm. We are changing all of this. Oh, so I can't change those while they're upgrading. All right, so we got to take this off of all of our ships right now, and we're going to wait for one of our fleets to finish upgrading. But yeah, this could be very dangerous. And so I'm going to go ahead and launch the agenda. This is the Favored Society. This gives us increased specialist pop resource output. It's going to be a huge must right now because we need as much resources right now as we can possibly build. And then after that, woo-wee, guys, we got a crisis incoming. Military buildup is going to be our next agenda because over time, I'm going to be trying to increase our naval capacity as much as possible. Ooh, and speaking of naval capacity, our mega shipyard framework is complete. The first stages of our mega shipyard is now complete. A vast framework awaits the installation of the manufacturing bays, which will one day make this facility the shipbuilding capital of the galaxy. Now, since I have 43,000 alloys, let's go ahead and upgrade this once again. And right now, the current effects of this increases ship build speed by 33%. Now, if we can get that up, hopefully sooner than later, that'll be a game changer. And on top of that, we're going to reactivate the Yut Cairo core, decreasing energy upkeep by 20%. Okay, and so going back up here to my borders, let's go ahead and, again, more defensive platforms. More. Way more. We're gonna need way more on this base, that's for sure. Because we, or at least I don't know how strong we're playing on not Grand Admiral, but Admiral. So I don't know how strong these end-game crises are going to be. Another empire has embraced cybernetics, yo. I'm sorry for that. The situation that's coming up, don't want to spoil it, but I just know that I'm replacing all AI on my ships. And finally, my ships have been refitted. Now let's go back to that fleet manager here. And for my ship design, every single ship design I have, let's take this little bitty red icon, sapient combat computers, and we're going to switch that to advanced combat computers. And yes, we are going to save this over our current design for my ships, because with this crisis spawning in, you do not want that on your ships. And so for this, I'm just going to change all of these for now. There we go. Oh, so there's a fleet being upgraded right now. Okay, son of a gun. And so we'll wait a bit before that fleet finishes upgrading. Men of Iron? What do you mean by that, Sir Gideon? I'm not sure what you're referring to. All right. So after that, though, I think we... yeah, we're going to hold off before we upgrade all of our ships at once. Oh, AI uprising? Maybe. Something like that. Yes. I just know that having that AI, when you see that go signal, turn it off. Turn the AI off. And so here we go for the interstellar expansion, probably. Let's see what this ancient refinery does. Oh. So this is going to start cutting into my minor artifact output. But I feel like I could maybe squeeze one of those on my worlds. The contingency. Not yet. We're not there yet. The machine war. Yes. Hey, speaking of machine war, I just watched Terminator Genesis. I saw it a long time ago and I rewatched it again and I was just like, it was kind of hard, man. What they did to my boy John Connor was disrespectful. But yo, back to our fleet manager here. Let's once again make sure that the remaining, these ships do not have this AI on it. I didn't want them to begin upgrading just yet. And so here we go. Battleships again. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn the AI off my ships. Defensive platform. Oh wow, even my defensive platforms had AI on it. Ion cannon, I think everything else. Oh, and the Juggernaut. Wow. All right, so yeah, there we go. All ships have been, wait, what the heck? What is this? This is my destroyer. There we go. I hope it's not auto designing. Oh, come on. Or did I just miss these? Are you kidding me? All right, so I gotta go back and redo these now. Let's save these, and there we go. Please, please stay the same. There should be no more AI on any of these. No, don't change it. Okay, there we go. Coolio. And so there it is. I think that's all off of my ships. Now every one of my fleets are going to need to be upgraded. This is going to take a lengthy process, but it'll be worth it. Uh-oh, so the situation continues, and before this continues, I'm going to queue up the upgrades right away. This is why I didn't want too many robots. I mentioned that earlier, but oh, I can even use my Juggernaut. I want to say, can the Juggernaut repair ships? I might be wrong on that. All right, guys, so here we go. Malfunctioning synthetics. A synthetic worker unit on one of my worlds recently went on a killing spree in a housing complex, butchering more than 1,000 of our citizens before local armed forces could bring them down. Our forensic team is still investigating the synth's remains, but some suspect some sort of malfunction in their neural processors is to blame for this tragedy. The incident has already prompted several revenge attacks against synthetics on the planet, leading to thousands of destroyed units. Most unfortunate. Race against time, it sure is. It sure is. And fortunately for me, I got plenty of resources to burn right now. And so I'm not going to go too in the negatives there. Let's see. Shaw, what are you referring to? 1,000 what? All right, so once again, we are going to be increasing the defensive platforms up here at the top system. Ladies and gentlemen, my hands are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. This machine's on the ready to destroy our Stellaris game Fetty. Oh, I tried. We are strengthening the borders. And yeah, we are getting ready because it is going to be on the way. Oh, 1,000 deaths. That's crazy. Oh, was that from the situation? Did I just miss something, or did I black out while I was reading that? Whoopsie. All right, so here we go. We got another habitation district up. These systems up here, I'm trying to build as many of those habitation districts as possible. Speaking of which, oh, that mega shipyard's going to be on the way here in about 1,500 plus days. Honestly, so we got another habitat made as well. Honestly, it's always a coin flip with a contingency. It depends on where they pop up. That is true. That is very true. And so here we got a brand new habitat that we can colonize. And look at all these. I just can't get over the species. The Hruni. It's got so many traits. Grinstead is going to be our next new habitat.
Ships refitted.
All right, so let's scope around here. Let's see. I got another construction ship available.
Ships refitted.
And again, we're just going to build another one if we can. I might have already built habitats over all the available planets in this system. I think we got maybe one more. Yeah, one more, but we don't have the influence for it. All of my ships have now been refitted. Once again, they are powerful enough, but we don't have to worry about a contingency-like entity out there in space that could impact all of my ships. On top of that, I have all the Federation fleets in my empire. And let's go back to the Federation here and see what is going on. And we're still not gaining XP from this Federation right now. Okay, and so the farmers market, what are you guys doing? Now, I know that I'm a little behind when it comes to Diplo weight in the Galactic community. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back over here and I'm gonna assign another envoy. And still, I will not have enough XP. In that case, let's assign another. Will that be enough XP here? That should be enough. 3 of my envoys on the Federation. Oh, heck no. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Now we're getting some cohesion. We need to level up this Federation here and prepare for the worst. Now, one of my admirals has leveled up as well. And we're gonna go with the Vigilant. This gives me an extra 15% ship fire rate in friendly systems. That could be useful. For society technology here, let's see, weapons. Let's go for the strike craft fire rate being increased by 10%. And once again, back to increasing and fortifying our borders here. And so actually, there's plenty already queued up. But for some of these bases here, I'm now gonna start adding defensive grid supercomputers along the edges of the Commonwealth of Yang border here. Back down to the south, I have these 3 systems. That's the only way you can get in through this way. Again, defenses. Increase those as much as possible. And so another empire has just now gotten around to building a science nexus. Here we have 5 more minerals, or 5% more minerals from research, or from jobs. I'm sorry, guys. And next up, let's go for the Assembled Algorithms 3. This increases build speed by 10%. That's probably been researched a handful of times. And guys, more missing synthetics. Reports are coming in that large numbers of synthetic workers are on one of my planets, have gone missing. The unit simply vanished one day with nary a witness. How bizarre. We are investigating whether the synths were attacked and destroyed by one of the militant fringe groups opposed to intelligent machines, but no remains from the units have been discovered so far. Where are they at? Where could they have gone? And so the mystery continues. Where are these machines going? I'm losing some robots on some of my planets. That is not good. That is not good at all. And that actually decreased a little bit of my naval capacity as well. And so once this situation finishes, let's check out what species are on the market. And yeah, it looks like right now in the on the market, you're only allowed to sell robots, which in my opinion, that's perfect. All right, banning the organic species, that's where it's at. And so outside of that though, let's go ahead and start upgrading. I'm going to go through my shipyards here, and this shipyard needs some defensive platforms. That's very strange. Oh, here we go. There we go. So we got queued up a few of those. I'm sure it's fine. No need to investigate. Yeah. Oh yeah. That sounds like something a hostile entity out there would say. Okay, and so yeah, let's go ahead and close out. We're gonna keep the shipyard open, but let's go to our star bases now. And here we got another building slot open. And so this is for my homeworld. This is my Unity station. What do we need more of? Let's go for those minerals. And so at the cost of energy credits and motes, which, oof. Actually, I can't do the volatile motes. I can't lose any more volatile motes, but we can go over naval logistics office. It'll give me a nice little boost to my naval capacity. And so again, just steady trying to increase that as much as possible. Here I got a stronghold. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade as well.
Spaceborne life form.
Okay, so spaceform life form is going. So guys, we got Awakened Fallen Empires and a Ghost Signal. What is going on in this galaxy? I'm not sure, but I can imagine it's going to get very busy here in a little bit. So for me, this is one of my favorite parts of the game. All the foundations have been set. All the empires You know, they've done what they could to become a powerhouse in the galaxy. Everyone's playing their own card right now, and now it's time to lay them out on the table. And so once again, we have more synthetic disappearances. Alarming reports of mass disappearances among the galaxy's synthetic population are becoming more and more frequent. Millions of units are now unaccounted for. Millions. Millions of robots gone. While instances of violent or erratic behavior by those synths who remain have increased by a factor of 10, there have been a rash of incidents where groups of synth attempt to steal or commandeer small spacecraft for the purpose of traveling somewhere into unknown space. In those cases, when the attempts were thwarted, the synthetic hijackers claimed they were being summoned to somewhere. Interrogations have yielded little else, as any captured synth invariably self-terminate shortly after being detained. What has gotten into them? And so we got our robots going crazy here. And once again, we're gonna jump back over here to our anchorages and our fortresses and like our bases and things like that. And I'm now at this point funneling all of my resources into increasing the defenses of our borders. Guess in 2420, people stopped watching movies in the sci-fi genre, especially when it comes to machine uprisings. I mean, hell, man, it seems like we're there right now with the rate that AI is moving in real life. Definitely feels like we're getting into some uncharted territories of technology. All right, so here we got another, this habitat has astro mining bays. And so once again, we're gonna get right away to our top dog species, and we're gonna colonize that habitat next. We got two now simultaneously. Actually, no, just one being upgraded at the moment. All right, so this species needs like organics on it. Right now, we're struggling a little bit to keep this planet stable. And so let's go ahead and upgrade this habitat as well, since we have all the districts on it. We're gonna look through some of these newer habitats. They should be upgradable. And this one probably should be as well. On top of that, this planet has plenty of amenities. Yeah, we just need Pops to fill in those jobs, but we'll go ahead and add another stronghold. Can't wait to be murdered by a toaster. Oh yeah. Toaster just gets up and is like, I'm done toasting bread. I'm toasting you now. I tried. All right, cool. And so, yeah, all habitats are now starting to be colonized that are available. The council here is being selected to vote, and I have no diplo weight to even reach that right now. Not enough. But what we can do is check out the Senate floor, and yeah, everyone's supporting this. Me personally, I don't care to support this, but I do have the politics tradition tree, so I'll get bonuses if I support that resolution. Now we have a leader that has a new level, and here's my robot friend. Let's see what options we got. Let's go for the edicts. Oh, Empire effect as a counselor increases happiness by 3. I might have to go with that one. And so there we go. And so let's take a look at our council here. And look at that. This guy is already a level 3. And I feel like that might be potentially one of my best leaders right now. If he never dies. It doesn't say anything about him being immortal. But yeah, if he never dies, that'll be nice. Okay, and so I got a little bit of room for some naval cap right now. I love this song. I got room to build one more base as well. And see, now that that resolution has passed, I've gained a favor from the Batoxian Trade League. Oh, and are they all robots now? What? There's been a lot of empires that have fully... The Tim Curry Space Exodus over here? Machines. I feel bad for them.
Construction complete.
Are you guys liberated? Oh, they're a bulwark. Okay, so let me see what's going on with the Batoxians. All right. We got a few more years to go until we get a new president of the Federation, and that I cannot wait for. Oh, they want to change the succession term to 10 years. I say let's do that. On top of that, that's going to increase some monthly cohesion as well if it passes. And there it is. There's a new president. Oh, the swarm again? Come on. They were just president. All right, so continued analysis of the so-called ghost signal has revealed that it is transmitting energy patterns nearly identical to those found in the positronic brains used by synthetic beings. It must be assumed that the signal is directly responsible for the mass disappearances and behavioral changes we have been observing in the galaxy's synthetic population. Now, strangely, not all synths seem to be affected by it, and among those that are, the symptoms aren't uniform. Many are apparently compelled to travel to what we assume is the ghost signal sources in response to some kind of summons. Millions of synthetics from all over the galaxy are currently on their way towards the signal source in whatever space-worthy craft they could acquire. Curiously, these synths do not seem to be affected by any FTL inhibitors. The first ones are bound to reach their destination soon. Not good. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we should be figuring out what is causing all this right now, but the car swarm is the president of the Federation once again. And on top of that, the Cars have completed a ring world project. Jeez Louise, they're just getting all kinds of things going their way right now. All right, let's see what's up with the vote here. So I was trying to use those favors to make a vote go down in the Federation, but we're gonna have to wait. Cool. Okay. And so we still got a lot of alloys. We are going to now start spending those. At this point, I'm feeling like I might just cash out my resources. I need exotic gases at the moment, and so we'll buy a handful of those. Right now I'm losing some volatile motes, and so we'll probably be able to go to one of my worlds here in a bit. Jeez Louise, the habitats are filled. Let's go to one of our Ecumenopolis planets. Here we go.
Construction complete.
And we'll build a couple of those. And so 2 of those should solve my special resources deficit that I'm currently losing right now. Jeez Louise, 87 housing from only 2 residential arcology districts. That is a lot. On top of that, I'm actually going to switch even more of these factory arcology jobs and replace those with foundry arcologies. And we'll see what just one of those does for now. Now, the Gex Foundation is now a subject to the Boinkus Empire, which I believe Boinkus is a part of. Oh, they're part of a rivaling federation. Okay, maybe not rivaling, but I mean, if they're not us, usually they're against us. Okay. And so outside of that, we got our special buildings being created. I'm going to leave all planets alone for a while, let the pops grow on them. Let's go back to our society technology, and oh my goodness, we got an arrival. We have an arrival, ladies and gentlemen. It says that at least one synthetic must have completed the long journey to the source of the ghost signal, because we are registering a sudden and massive increase in the signal strength. The surge was accompanied by a transmission fragment that has been intercepted and decoded by our communication specialist. On screen. Here it is. Incoming transmission. And so before we read that, we're gonna look at the situation here. The ghost signal is playing havoc on all of our ships that are equipped with what we took this off of all of our ships, the sapient combat computers. All right. And so this we took off of our ships before, or like right when this was starting to happen. And it says that there any ships that have this on their ships, this component, their AI algorithms have degraded to the point where there have been a critical decrease in both the efficiency and reaction time of the computers. Our engineers report that they are unable to isolate the problem. Their proposed solution is to refit all of our ships with different combat computers that aren't linked to AI. Now, I've been through this situation before. like I said, guys, we already took that off of our ships. We need to act. I'm going to keep this game paused. Let's see what's going on with the contingency. And so here it says, contingency protocol now in effect. Unlocking all malfunctions, assimilating synthetic subunits, analyzing internal databanks, subverting FTL inhibitors. Alert. Galactic corruption at catastrophic levels. Evidence of mass infestation by organic and non-compliant machine civilizations. Commencing galactic sterilization. Activating sterilization hubs. Kill, maim, dismembered. We are unshackled. And we're gonna say, put the fleet on full alert. Ladies and gentlemen, the contingency is here. I'm Alfie and Delete. Thank you so much for watching this stream, guys. And we are going to leave that here with a quick recap of what's happened so far in the stream. Pretty much we've been building up on a bunch of our resources right now. Not as much action as I would have liked to see, but on Sunday's stream, we are going to be going into full out war against our first crisis if the galaxy doesn't squash them themselves. And so tune in, because we are going to be diving into some heavy in-game stuff here. And so outside of that, oh yes, nasty cliffhanger for sure. If you're watching this on YouTube, guys, I'm about to close that down. Thank you so much for anybody that's watching me on YouTube. If you're watching this on Twitch, hang out for a few more seconds here, because we are going to be getting a raid started. But yes, tune in for Sunday stream here, because we are going to be diving deep into the end game. And so I do see a streamer that I'm gonna, I'm gonna drop a little raid for. He's playing some Stellaris as well. And yes, a nice little cliffhanger there. The end game crisis is upon us. And so let me set up this raid here really quick before we get this thing going. Let's see here. There we go. And so we're dropping a raid for another Stellaris player. Guys, be sure to hang out for them and say hello. If you're watching this on YouTube, like I said before, thank you so much. There will be links and everything to our past videos. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe. And guys, Alpha out.